This report is sponsored by Allstate.
We've got one seasonal day before a big warm-up. Temperatures today, we're going to be in the 80s. It's going to be a nice sunny day with light wind, and then we're into the 90s, even triple digits by the weekend. I'm Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on the free iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
ABC News Special Report. I'm Wayne Cabot. The Supreme Court says states have the right to ban gender-affirming care, such as hormones or surgery, for minors. The 6-3 majority ruling that the Tennessee ban does not violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment and that the issue should be subject to elections and the democratic process. James Sample, law professor, Hofstra University.
I think what it means is that the Tennessee legislature's judgment is not necessarily the judgment of the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court's judgment is that Tennessee and states like Tennessee get to make those judgments for the individuals.
Chief Justice John Roberts writing for the majority, Liberal Justice Sonia Sotomayor for the dissent, saying that she does so in sadness, adding the court, quote, abandons transgender children and their families to political whims. The court also okaying plans to store spent nuclear fuel rods in Texas and New Mexico. This is ABC News. The New York City medical examiner will perform an autopsy to determine the cause of death for celebrity chef Anne Burrell. 55 years old, she was found unconscious and unresponsive inside of her Brooklyn home. ABC's Laura Spencer has more.
Her family saying in a statement, Anne was a beloved wife, sister, daughter, stepmother, and friend. Her smile lit up every room she entered. Anne's light radiated far beyond those she knew, touching millions across the world.
In the flooding in West Virginia, at least one person remains unaccounted for. The confirmed death toll rising to 8. State police are still going door to door of impacted homes, checking on people. Overnight, 8 reported twisters across 6 states. Baseball-sized hail fell in Kansas. Next week, it's the East Coast, which will be under a life-threatening heat wave with highs ranging from the mid-90s to the low 100s, and it will not cool down much at night, down to the 70s. I'm Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
A new case of suspected Venezuelan gang activity at an Aurora apartment complex. A video taken at an apartment on 6th and Potomac in Aurora is similar to the viral video taken at the now-shuttered Edge at Lowry complex last year. The new video shows 9 armed suspects in front of an apartment door. The residents did not answer the door. The video was captured by a neighbor last week. Police Chief Todd Chamberlain.
I wanted this video to be seen. I wanted it to be observed. And I want those individuals that are involved in it to know that they are going to be going to jail. They are going to be apprehended, and we are not going to stop until they are.
Officers executed a search warrant and took one suspect into custody. Investigators trying to track down the thieves responsible for stealing thousands of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. The theft was discovered at a truck stop in Bennett. Just over 2,800 consoles with an estimated value of $1.4 million were stolen. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
Now we still have some slowing on I-70 coming up and down Floyd Hill. We had a closure there for a short period of time. rock scaling operation. It may last through the afternoon, but some delays right now in the foothills on I-70. And we do have a little jamming I-25 south coming into downtown. It looks like through Spear, 270 west, heading up through Vasquez. Little tied up also. And up to the north, got one accident at 92nd and Huron. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's Oval Office, it's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival
Presented by Capital One
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu.
And you can be there.
For a weekend full of superstar performances, never-before-seen collaborations, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
You know, I tell everyone about my quiet, cool, whole house fan from QC, Colorado, because I want them to save on AC up to 90%. That alone will pay for it in no time. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Let's talk about even more benefits, like clearing out indoor pollution quietly, efficiently, sleep in total comfort, all wirelessly controlled. QCcolorado.com. 303-800-3419.
Regen Revolution has helped me so much in terms of getting mobile and active again, and now they'll be helping me and you at their new location near Old Town in Arvada. It's an expanded facility, so an even better version of the great care you've come to know from Regen Revolution. The combination of regenerative medicine and more traditional treatment modalities have gotten me back to being able to play sports and exercise in ways I thought I might never do again. Learn more at regenrev.com. That's REGENREV.com.
You have our word will treat you right at Done Right Home Improvements. DRHI.com.
The TalkBack mic on our iHeartRadio app is just like your personal direct line to us.
I have John on the line.
Just tap that little microphone.
John on the line again.
While listening to Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, and this is the Troubleshooter Show. And as you know, we have fun here. You can park yourself in front of the radio or alongside a radio or the iHeartRadio app, and anywhere in the country you can listen to us. You can call in for help. 303-MARTINO. You can call 24/7, 303-627-8466. For those joining us, it's the longest-running radio show in America with the same host currently on the air. And we've been recovering hundreds of millions of dollars over the years in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. In the studio today with us, we have a guest, Mitch Floria from The Art of Granite. I love Mitch. I love telling his story, how he came to America with a few $100 and built a wonderful business helping you with your countertops. So, Mitch, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Major Marc Mager, as always, to lend his
What's up?
To lend his opinion, even when we don't ask for it. Anyway, thank you.
I'll keep him in check.
Yes. Thank you very much, Doc. You keep it there. Now, let's go to the phones, okay? These are people that called in, need help. Let's see what we can do to help. We have Vanessa, an issue with a contractor. And I believe Vanessa called, she might have called yesterday and talked about this. Vanessa, when did you call in first?
It was this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Hello?
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was today.
Okay.
You guys are so quick.
Yeah, well, thank you for calling. Now, Kachina, you said to check my email. Did you send me something from Vanessa? And is it?
She's on the phone.
Oh,
it
I
looks
have
like it. What is her problem? Is it
I
a
have,
roof
I have
issue?
the proposal.
Yes.
Vanessa, I have this this Huron roof and insulation. Is that the one you've been dealing with?
Correct.
What's going on with, is that how you pronounce it, Huron? Huron?
Haroon.
Haroon. What's going on with
Haroon.
Haroon roof and insulation? What's going on?
So originally, the contractor had given me a proposal for a red manufactured metal roof, and the day before the tear-off, he called me and said he couldn't get that material, but he was going to put on a galvanized roof and paint it. And I said, absolutely not. That's not the industry standard. It will not hold up. He guaranteed me a 25-year warranty on the paint.
Don't do it.
And we came to an impasse.
Okay. So
and he also contracted.
Go ahead.
He also contracted to build me a closet in my little cabin. And so when we came to an impasse, he refused to do the closet, but he had my $8,000.
Now, but here's what I don't understand. Why would you even pay him $8,000 up front? Why?
Well, he did a window and a door for me before, so I trusted him, and he said he needed it for materials. I know now.
So what I see here is, on the contract, tear off asphalt, install square ice and water shield, fire engine red corrugated metal roofing with trim. It doesn't say what kind of roofing it was. So
yeah, it does. It says right there, fire engine red corrugated metal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it doesn't say it's pre-painted, Mark.
Well, it says red, fire engine red.
Right. Well, okay, so if he put on a corrugated metal roof and painted it red, he would satisfy this contract, wouldn't he?
Well, I don't know about that, but I see what you're saying now. But he's even telling her, Tom, that he can't get that material, so he actually has acknowledged that he can't get whatever, which I wonder why he can't get that material or if he underbid it.
Okay, so that's a good question. Why can't he get the material?
He didn't say.
And so you said to him, let's just cancel the whole thing since you can't do it.
No, I said, since you have my $8,000, you can do the closet. And he refused.
Oh, wait a minute. So he said, if I can't do everything, I'm not going to do anything?
Correct.
Well, then just get your $8,000 back if he hasn't done anything and call it over.
Really? I went to small claims court. He didn't show up the first time. The second time,
well, you don't have to go a second time. What happened when he didn't show up?
They made another court date.
Oh, that's
well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's ridiculous.
You mean the judge did not call it a default judgment?
Wait. Did they say there was a problem with service?
No. He was served. So, but they made another court date, and then when we went to court, he served me with a countersuit of defamation, which I've never said.
That
anything.
Doesn't matter. So what happened, though?
But it goes to another court.
Defamation? So, what is he suing for defamation?
He probably left a review or something.
I know. So he sued me for $12,000 for defamation. I get an attorney to defend myself. I know. This keeps going. So we go to court. He doesn't show. We get a default judgment. And 2 hours later, he goes to the court and says, I need a new court date because I couldn't show because I had a flat tire.
And
but
did they give him? Did they give him one?
They did.
This got to be Weld County. Where else? Where is
what
this?
County is?
This is Jefferson.
Hold on. So
that's
right
amazing.
now, Vanessa, right now, I need to know the status of lawsuits. So let's talk about that. What is the status of your lawsuits?
We're waiting for another court date, but here we go for another update. He knows what he's doing because he's doing this to somebody else right now too. So right now today he sent a letter went to the court. Then that letter got sent to my attorney that said, please don't make a court date for this month because my father-in-law is ill and I don't know when I'm going to be back in town.
In my opinion, this is all orchestrated. Yeah. Completely an opinion.
I know it is.
But this guy sounds like he has done this so many freaking times. What's his name? What's his company's name?
His name is Ryan Allison. And
let me ask you about this. Let me ask you about this defamation. Where is he suing you for defamation?
He said I said something on Nextdoor, which
it doesn't matter. I'm asking, where is he suing you for defamation? Which court?
Oh, well, it's the higher court. It's I don't know. It's
probably
the civil
county
court of Jefferson, right?
Did you actually get served with a lawsuit?
Yes.
And
he countersued her, but then he didn't show up.
Yeah, but
Right.
but what I
And I
want to
got
know
a
is this
judgment.
about the defamation. How much is he asking for?
$12,000.
And
But
how
he's
did he
already
come
got
up?
my $8,000
How did he?
too.
How did he come up with the
I
figure?
don't know.
Okay. Do you know what
Well,
defamation?
If he would have showed up for court, yeah.
People misunderstand defamation all the time.
I know. Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I'm asking you, what do you know about defamation?
That it has to impact you financially, and you have to have proof of that.
Now, that's exactly. Oh, you're smart. Except there is one exception. If it gives you emotional distress and all of that, you can put an arbitrary number on that. You're not allowed to
you
sue.
know what?
May I finish? May I finish just so I can tell
I'm
people
sorry.
about this?
I'm so sorry.
No, just let me
Yes.
finish this. Defamation comes in two flavors. One is against a public figure like me. I'm not calling myself, special. It's just that I'm on the air every day. So if someone, if I ever sued someone for defamation or for damages like that, I'd have to show actual damages. I'm not allowed to take emotional damages into consideration because they figure if I'm in the public, I take on that risk. However, if I'm a private individual, if I attacked this roofer and called him a scumbag or something, and he wanted to sue me, he can go for actual damages, but he can also go for emotional distress and trauma. And that's why I'm asking, is he going for anything emotional? It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like he put a price of $12,000. How did he come up? How did he come up with that price? First.
Hold on. I still got to jump in with the definition of defamation. Both of you forgot one of the biggest things. It has to be a false statement. If you go on Nextdoor and say this guy took $8,000 and can't fulfill the contract and won't give me my money back, that's not defamation.
Well, okay,
right.
Mark, let me amend that just a little because you're mostly correct. It has to be false. If in fact it is true and it's done just to shed someone in a negative light, then that also can be defamatory, even if it's true. I want to take something, for example, if someone is transgender, or if someone is gay, or if someone is a member of the white supremacist something or other, whatever. If something is true, but the only reason for talking about it, it has nothing to do with the ability for someone to do a roof or a home improvement, but it's just to bring them into a negative light. It could become defamation. So
then how does it? And I listen, man. I believe you, but that brings up a question I have, and that would be, how does every far right wing talk show host survive the world then?
Well, Mark, I'm going to tell you something. They survive the world for one word, and you know what that word is, Mark. You know what it is. It's what? Opinion. I mean, you say it all the time.
Okay.
Of
course. I
now,
got you.
The opinion can't just be so out there that it's crazy. For example, in the recent lawsuits against Dominion, the voting machines and the voting software. Well, man, a lot of people came right out and said some nasty things, like they came right out and said they're setting up a false narratives.
Yeah, but they were stating them as fact.
Yeah, but you're right. But they tried to hide behind opinion, and it was, and the court said, no, that's not your opinion. You were making it sound like a fact. So in any case, though, Mark is 99% right. The statement must be false. Truly, the true statements, it's not even worth discussing right now because they have to be done in such a way that it defames the entire class of people as well.
Hey, Tom, can I add something?
Yes.
Let's say let's say a contractor is gay.
Yes.
And you say, I think because he's gay that he did this, blah blah blah.
That's where it becomes defamatory.
That's kind of an opinion, though. He goes, I think this guy's gay, meaning his opinion.
No, let's say that he is. No question.
Okay.
But I'm saying because he's gay, this is what he did, whereas a hetero male wouldn't have done it. Is that defamation?
Now, it could be. Here's another thing. If the group is large enough, it becomes no defamation. If you are insulting a group, and usually the courts have been around 25 people or more, if there is a group of people like gay people and you just get on and like the gay population can't do a class action lawsuit against you for defamation of gay people. So it would be very difficult if you said, you know, all of these gay people do the same thing, or all these heterosexual people, or all these transgender people do the same thing, and it probably would not rise to the level of defamation. There's also something else that's usually not defamatory, and that is when something is done in humor or in what's called, it's so out there and so freaking stupid.
Hyperbole.
Yes. Like, I believe this guy is from a group of contractors who came from outer space to rip off people. They have a plot, and they're coming from outer space. They're taking over the bodies of contractors, ripping off Americans, and they're using the money to build spaceships. I mean, you know, I'm just giving some creepy stuff. So here's what we have right now. We have a guy, I believe, who is manipulating the system to try to just make Vanessa go away. Vanessa, when is your next hearing? Do you have one set?
We don't have one yet because he said he's going to be unavailable because his father-in-law is having surgery, open heart surgery.
So have you been unable to get, and you have two different courts. Right. The one is still in small claims, right? Or did it move up to county court?
Yeah, it went up to county court.
Why don't you?
Wait. Once again, though, that's because of his countersuit?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, once again, this guy is staging this whole thing. Hey, two things, though, Tom. We got to take a break, and I think we need to reach out and see if Kelly can't get this guy's side of the story.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
good
that would
idea.
be wonderful.
You hold on. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Nice. Discover unparalleled comfort with L&L Heating and Air Conditioning. Your locally family-owned experts, proudly boasting an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, we offer reliability you can trust. Right now, enjoy $1,000 off a new AC and furnace with qualifying equipment, plus a free humidifier with installation. Financing options available. Schedule your air conditioning full system evaluation and cleaning today for only $59. Visit bestdenverhvac.com. L&L Heating and Air. You'll be comfortable with us.
I'll tell you two people I don't want you to use. Joe Lazzara, a criminal defense attorney, because I hope you never need him, and John Fuller, a personal injury attorney, because I hope you never get hurt. But I'll tell you what, you do want them on your side when you do have a problem. In both cases, whether you're accused of a crime or your personal injury, let's take John Fuller, for example. He gets calls from people all the time, and they say, I'd like to talk to you about my personal injury. He's the only attorney that does that up front. Most attorneys don't do that. He does it because he wants to make sure you're fully informed. There is no obligation ever to hire him, but you can call him for free legal advice after an injury. Ask all of your questions. If you do decide to hire him, there's still no out-of-pocket. It's on a percentage fee basis. John Fuller, 303-597-4500. Yes, I hope you never need him. 303-597-4500. Joe Lazzara, someone else. If you're accused of a crime, any petty offense, whatever it is, it could be traffic, it could be DUI, it could be assault, it could be an argument you had with a neighbor and they lied about it. Whatever it is, Joe Lazzara can help you out. Free initial consultations always. Again, this is free. You don't have to worry about being charged. Once you talk to him, he puts a flat rate on your case and you can take it to the bank with no nickel and diming. 303-429-6200. You can also find him at referralist.com. Lazzara. Joe Lazzara. Excel Roofing starts with the word excel, as in excellent, and they are. They are a 100% risk-free company. For example, we just had this problem with roofing, right? Let me just tell you something. With Excel, that can never happen because they don't take a cent, not a cent, until you're content. They also have no cancellation clauses in there that put penalties on it. They know they have to keep you happy and keep you as a customer with their own efforts. and they depend on that to keep you happy. And they've kept thousands of people happy, and they can do it for you. The no-risk, 100% satisfaction guaranteed roofer, Excel. They also do repairs and maintenance and gutters and all of that in between. EXCEL, excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400.
iHeartRadio.
Are you familiar with the show?
For 90 seconds of spots?
Okay.
Yes. 217?
We are a call-in radio show.
What's up, D?
During the discussion, I sent an email to Heron asking them to call in and provide their side of the story and correct any deficiencies or omissions or incorrect information. And I also have their phone number if Kelly wants it.
I think Kelly might have them on
with them right now. I think.
Fantastic.
No, that's... No, she's not on.
Ordering a pizza.
So you're having an issue with your home?
She's not on with them.
Okay, is it a single-family home, an apartment? What kind of home is it?
Who cares? We care not what kind of home.
Do you want to come over here and do this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to have you on my side of the glass. That'd be great.
I can do it in here. I've always said that. If that board that you're at was right here, I could do that, do my own phones, do the show.
Spill anything you want on it. Yeah.
Normally you offer, and what I mean is this, is that I was in a hurry and I ran. Okay, thanks, bro. Thank you.
I got it. So you have an issue with your apartment. All right. Hang on. Brenda, hang on for me. We're going to have somebody with you as soon as possible. It's going to take maybe a little bit of a wait, but I just ask that you be...
I'm going to go buy some of those buckets of food now that they're buy one, get one free.
What
at
buckets?
PatriotSupply.com.
Like the Patriot Supply stuff and the...
I bet you Dimitri's got 14 buckets of eggs at his house.
Dehydrated
Oh, he just
eggs.
walked away. He just went to get coffee.
A bucket of milk, a bucket. Everybody's got the mac and cheese one.
Yep.
Please remind him of Henry.
What do I need
Well,
to
we're
remind him
gonna.
of
Hey,
Henry?
Tom, I want to tie Henry into this.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
And the
good.
reason being is
Excellent.
it held like a mofo in the Springs and up by Buc-ee's, Johnstown.
You have a teenage
Mark
boy on hold.
Mark can plot out all the Buc-ee's around the country.
It's pretty easy. Did I ever tell you what their marketing guy told us in an interview on KOA?
No.
We said, "Where's your next location? Where do you guys plan to be?" He says, "We look at a nighttime image of America. Have you ever seen it? There's that great nighttime light area."
Yeah.
He says, "We look for the darkest spots and we try to get in the center of the darkest spots."
Wow, that's
so
a
that we
trip.
are where people need a travel center.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Not bad.
That would be Johnstown.
Yep. Yeah, so if there's a metro area, they go, look, it's kind of dark.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your dating habits. I'm sorry.
No. I'm talking about Joe Biden picking a running mate. Remember?
Do you think there's lot lizards at Buc-ee's?
Oh God, I hope so. But they don't get into a semi because
there's no trucks.
semis allowed. But maybe they'd get in my van.
There was one service, Fuckies at Buc-ee's.
Oh,
Fuckies.
Put that on my fuck it list.
Fuckies at Buc-ee's.
Get your podcasts.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Renew Home Innovations will get you beautiful walk-in showers with porcelain sheet walls. Man, can you believe that? Porcelain sheet walls. No maintenance whatsoever. The most beautiful materials. They can do your whole bathroom or just your shower. And they can make the shower like just customized to your movements. You can do that for a dream home, or you can do other levels of quality and trim for fix and flips or rentals. RenewHomeInnovations.com. 2 or 3 days, they're done. That's RenewHomeInnovations.com. 303-904-2000. Speaking of porcelain, Mitch Floria, is porcelain ever used for countertops? He's with the Art of Granite. Just real quick, is porcelain ever used for countertops?
Good morning, Tom. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, sir.
We
fabricate porcelain for countertops, it comes in pretty thin, so we always have to build up those edges. We need to miter them and thicken the,
Isn't that
beautiful?
the it's beautiful stuff, isn't it? My God, it's beautiful.
Yes, it comes in all sorts of colors, and it has so much movement and flow, yes.
Would it work with, like in a kitchen with hot pans and stuff?
Yes, it's heat-proof, actually.
Wow.
One of the very few products that is heat-proof.
Okay, I want to talk to Henry Bretz over at Excel Roofing, one of our roofing experts, of course, a sponsor of this show, and the original member of the referral list at referrallist.com. Basically, Henry, what reason would a roofer have for not being able to get a certain type of roof? I mean,
it's a red galvanized, not painted, but a, impregnated, whatever you call it, red galvanized roof. And the guy has it on the contract, and all of a sudden Henry said, hey, I can't get that, but I can get this other stuff and paint it. What do you make of that?
Oh, by the way, the name of the company, hold on a second. The name of the company, I was in error when I said Haroon. That's her name. It's the Haroon job. The name of the company is Ryan J. Allison, Inc., General Contractor. Ryan J. Allison. So I got that wrong, people. Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. And I mean, you want to install what's on the contract. That's what's right and what's just.
Sure.
As far as like material shortages, sure, that stuff will happen. But it's always best to verify with the supply house first to see if they have the material.
But have you heard of these pre-painted galvanized roofs?
There's so many different materials out there. I have heard of them. I wouldn't recommend though to go off of something that's not on the contract.
So here's what the contract says, though. The contract truly doesn't say any. Here's what the contract says. It says install, and I want to know how you would read this, Henry. Install 11 square of fire engine red corrugated metal roofing with trim. To me, that sounds like he can put up a corrugated metal roof and paint it. What does it say to you as a roofer?
Yeah, so as a roofer, that contract, it's fairly vague. So all it's describing is the material and the color. So based on that, they should be able to go up there, install the corrugated metal, or pre-paint it or paint it after the fact. And
That's
that would
what
be
I think
according
too.
to the contract.
I think too.
Yeah, absolutely.
She said it was contracted. It does not say anything about pre-finished or anything. And technically, if the guy wanted to install and paint it, I'm not saying that's what she wanted. I don't doubt Vanessa's story at all. But what I'm saying is Ryan Allison is not, he didn't make a contract he can't keep. I think he, by putting up a roof and painting it, Mark, honestly, when you read that, do you assume it's going to be pre-painted and pre-finished?
Well, okay, a couple things. You guys are making me think here. So if it's corrugated metal, if it was pre-painted and it was done properly with the right paint, that's a good possibility, and I would agree with both of you. But the way I read it is, it's not going to be... If he puts it up there, then decides to paint the roof after the corrugated metal's up there, there's going to be a lot of it not painted, and I think that's going to be ridiculous.
No, I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, but I want to ask Henry. Henry, corrugated metal roofing, how does it take paint, and is it common to paint them?
You know what? Yeah, it is fairly common to paint that kind of stuff, and you can paint it. It's always best, though, to prep it on the ground and have it pre-painted. To install it and then paint it, you're never going to.
And we don't know how he was going to do it. For all we know, he was going to paint it on the ground. See, that's the problem with this contract. We don't really know how he was going to do it. But she immediately stopped him, and he's saying to her, "Wait a minute. I'm willing to do this contract. It's you're the one who's canceling it." That's what I'm thinking. But again, Vanessa, did he say he's willing to do the contract?
Hold on, let me get her up.
Yeah, Vanessa, we were just asking, did he indicate he's willing to do the contract?
At the time, yes, and he was going to paint it once it was on the roof.
By the way, I should say this. This was back in 2024. March of 2024. So you've been waiting that long for a court date?
Yes.
There are multiple court dates involved. So the first one,
right,
and then
he just
put
keeps
that
dragging
off.
it out.
He's dragging us out. It's easy to do it this long. Jeez.
Yeah, but I'm not sure she's going to win.
Hold on.
Okay, guys.
What's the lawsuit?
Guys, hold on, guys. I want to come back.
Let me answer this, Henry. The lawsuit is she wants her money back, her down payment.
Okay.
Okay, so
And
go
is that
ahead, Mark.
Because he wants to paint it on the roof.
We don't know how he wants to paint it. All we know is he's willing to give her a red corrugated metal roof.
No, I have it written that he was going to paint it once it was installed.
Which is absurd. To me, that's totally absurd.
Well, it doesn't say that on the contract.
But everything I'm reading basically says buying it colored material is way better than painting it for long-term, durability. And, painting's more of a cost-efficient thing. But it really comes down to this, though. If you want to think in real terms, long as the caller's not fibbing to us, he told her it's going to be pre-painted, ready to go, and put up there. Then he told her, Henry, that he can't get that material, so he needs to get the regular stuff then paint it. So he's actually acknowledged, according to her, what he was going to do.
Okay.
Is that in writing?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Now, here's what I think. I think if he shows up to court and says, Your Honor, I'm willing to fulfill the contract, and I think she's going to lose. That's just my gut feeling. I really mean that.
Hey, do you have anything in text or emails or anything, Vanessa, that says that we're this dispute and he acknowledges like he can't get that material?
Yeah. Is there anything that hints? What do you have?
A million.
What does it say?
I have all kinds of emails.
What does it say?
Texts that say he's unable to get that was the very first thing. He said he's unable to get.
I would provide all that.
Yeah, but I think
she's got evidence there.
But
guys,
hold
here's
on,
where
Mark.
I think it comes down
what if
to.
What if the guy says, yeah, I was willing to do it, but it's not available, so I'm going to fulfill the contract in another way. See, the contract is not written tight enough, I think, for her to go crazy on this. And
what I would explain to the judge, if that exact thing was brought up, regular galvanized a roof panel is about $40 at Home Depot, and one that's already colored, ready to go, is almost double, if not triple that.
I think you guys are putting too much on the courts to interpret. I think it comes down to, are you going to fulfill the contract or not? I don't know. But maybe he'll say, look, it wasn't a contract. You haven't done the work. She hasn't gotten anything in return. Let's just return the money.
Tom, if we look at that line item, it's square. It says 11 squares, fire engine red, corrugated metal roofing. I mean, it says that it's fire engine red corrugated metal roofing.
Yeah, but
if he shows up and it's not, I mean, come on.
But Mark, he can make it red. I mean, if I say I'm going to sell you a red,
with you, Tom.
What's that, Mark? What's that?
I agree with you, Tom. I think that if she goes to court with him and it's in the contract that it's fire engine red and there's no specific painting method or
I break off from you guys. I'm sorry, guys. Like if I go order a brand new red cherry Corvette and they get me a black one and spray paint it red,
whole different.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Mark, that's different.
I agree with Mark 100%. The contract, the way it reads,
it doesn't say pre-finished,
but it doesn't say it's going to be painted. It says fire engine red roofing material.
I agree.
It doesn't say we're going to put in a corrugated roof and paint it.
You know what? I would love to get, really, if we could, someone who was a judge or a magistrate, just to see how their mind works.
Cool.
Wait, I've got one. Does Vanessa have any material samples or
hold on? Did he offer you samples?
Do you have samples or photos or anything else?
Yeah,
shows a red roof.
Henry will tell you this. Usually, you pick.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a place where you pick the material.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you have?
Was it presented by him?
It's in Colorado. Yes, it's in Colorado Springs.
No. I'm asking. Did you go to the showroom?
No. He sent it to me.
And okay, he sent you and said pick a roof. Do you have a correspondence that says that?
Yes.
I want to see the correspondence. Before we even go on, let's stop right here. I got to take a break. I want to see the correspondence where he says pick a roof, and I want to see how that goes. So you hang on.
And real quick, I know we got a break here, but Henry, it hailed like hell in Colorado Springs. I mean, how much damage there?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was actually not the most severe damage, too. We got a bunch of hail up there in Johnstown,
but we are so
Brighton,
over time.
Aurora, and the Springs.
Let me let you, Henry. It's not fair to you to do this right before a break. Let's just let you elaborate afterwards. We're going to talk about the current hail while we have him on, but let's talk about this. I want to try to get someone's opinion on this other than ours. I would like our YouTuber morons to weigh in on it. Mark, do a poll on that.
I will, but let's get that piece from her that he sent over the sample. Let's get that in writing.
You're right, because if that email says make this selection that you want, and it's on there, that would lead me to believe that it was specified. Okay, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Love it.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplan today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Yeah, freeway drive looks pretty good. We've got a few slow spots, but really nothing that's going to hold you up too badly. 270 both directions out of Commerce City, I-25 south coming into downtown, as well as northbound coming off the Broadway Bridge, pushing up towards Colfax and even up out of the Tech Center. East side looks good. Pena, no delays to the airport. And if you're heading into the foothills, we're still jamming down Floyd Hill. They're doing rock scaling today. There are some backups on the westbound side only. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
If you want to destroy woke culture and you like good old-fashioned stories, then you'll love Red Pilled America, the common sense storytelling show that aligns with your values. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Man, do I love Red Rocks for their solar systems, because they are the experts. They don't just sell it. They install it and they service it. That's important. And with commercial systems, you can find a grant if you qualify for 100% reimbursement of your system. I want you to find out more. Red Rocks Roof and Solar, whether residential or commercial. 303-704-2449. Start saving money. Lock in your electric rates for the future time to come. 303-704-2449. RedRocksRS.com. Mark?
CMG.
All right, you don't have to say it.
Okay,
Under no
I'm sorry.
middleman
I just
involved.
wanted to make sure.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
No, occasionally I wonder if you're
I know.
paid by the word.
I know.
Straight.
You're the best. You do.
Are fixed, and they're all in one product. They're the only one that has it. You literally have a 30-year line of credit on a first deed.
Holy crap, they're already bombing Tel Aviv.
Simply the best. Go direct. Call
The Iranians. I thought they'd wait till sundown.
303.
The Iranians are bombing Tel Aviv.
6-7.
Oh, no, Kelly. It could be the Germans.
No, I mean, are you sure it's not Hezbollah or the
Hezbollah's
Houthis?
about done. Hamas is about done. Houthis are gone.
Yeah, they're all. I mean, that stuff's all
that's
done.
That's kind of part of. I heard some analysis of this. This is why
they always like to pass the buck onto their proxies in order to do the dirty
It's not
work.
the buck. They pass the or whatever the money's called.
I'm waiting to see if what is it called, the B2?
Yo.
I'm waiting to see when one of those takes off.
What's that, Mark? What's the B2? I never saw it.
The B2 is what would drop the bunker
bomber.
busters.
Yeah, the stealth bomber.
So, my daddy actually
Here we go.
did all of the internal auditing on that project for Northrop Grumman.
We're going to tell Iran so they target you.
He had a group of 12 people, and they went back and forth to Palmdale. And in the 80s, he always told us he was going to Pico Rivera, which was code for Palmdale.
All right.
And when he died, we found B1 first flight, B2 second flight, B3 third flight, B4 B2 fourth flight, B2 fifth flight, and then B2 legacy flight, which was when they actually went into operation and went out to Missouri, and then he had to go back and forth to Missouri.
What was his profession?
I hope Trump.
What was his
he
profession?
needs to put one in the air.
What was his profession?
He was, vice president of internal auditing for Northrop Grumman.
Wow, cool.
That's a big deal.
Wow. He's an auditor.
And you guys thought Kelly was not personally involved in the Iran-Israel conflict. Now you know.
It's just the B-2. Well,
right.
you guys have seen my sweatshirt that has Northrop Grumman, and then I have the B-2 stealth bomber on the. It looks like a bat. It's a pretty cool plane, and they always do a flyby over the Rose Bowl.
Can they land one on an aircraft carrier?
No, they're huge.
No, they're bombers.
They're about the size of an aircraft carrier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're bombers.
Tom, if you look at the side view, they always compare it to the silhouette of a peregrine falcon, because the peregrine falcon is the fastest. They're
calling it a stealth
dive.
bomber. They're calling it a stealth bomber.
It is. You can't detect it.
It's
Oh my
it can't
God.
be detected on
I just looked
radar.
up the pictures. Holy shit. It's a giant bat
Yeah,
wing.
you can't detect it on radar.
It looks like Batman.
Yeah, so just look like just think back to when my dad I think it was 84 when they did the B-2 first flight in Palmdale, out in the California desert, and we were all eating cereal as my sister and I were eating cereal, and my mom was doing whatever she was doing, and he basically said, "Yeah, I'm off to Pico Rivera," and we never understood that because Pico Rivera is a piece of crap town.
I thought she was a dancer.
And that could have been. You could have named a dancer out of Pico Rivera.
So listen to this. From wingtip to wingtip, 172 feet.
Huge.
17 feet tall.
And it's 69
That's almost
feet long.
as big as your velocity.
Yeah, and 69 foot long.
Size, 69 foot long. It's still only capable of carrying 2 bunker busters. That's how big those effing things are.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's a very
Shannon,
true
the bunker
statement.
buses are 30,000 pounds. So that's still 60,000 pound payload that
Didn't they have
B-2
something
can
called
carry.
the Warthog that used to deliver some of those, I thought?
That's an 810.
Still doing its awesome.
Yeah, that's different.
Here you go.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Before the real heat comes, and it's going to come this week even, but Fix It 24/7 will do that $39 deep clean check and tune for your AC. It's very important. It's only $39 for new customers or people who haven't had it done. FixMyHome.com, book now. FixMyHome.com, book now. So listen, I want all my callers, please, I will get to you, but this is really important that we get to the bottom of this. And did she send us that clause or that email or something that said pick one of these roofs? Did she send it to us, Kachina? We're depending on you for that, for finding that out. If not, I need to move on. Okay, but then, go ahead.
Not quite yet. Let me talk to her. Look,
Good.
I have a couple emails. Let me siphon through, and I will get it to you.
All right, and then Henry, stand by because I want to talk about the hail damage. But wait, I want to take Jay, who's been waiting quite a while. Jay, welcome to the show. Your mom and her dad had mineral rights. The dad left them to your mom. Your mom passed away. Is that right?
Yes. May I interject something real fast?
Absolutely.
Well, it's on my mind.
Absolutely.
If someone wants to paint my roof, I want them to show me where the manufacturer of that paint intends it to be used for a roof, guarantees it's appropriate for this application, and warrants it on this application. Good luck. That guy's never going to get it done. She don't have to accept it. Vote the Jessica judges out because they're a bunch of lefty morons. And next, yes, you're correct. My grandfather bought tons of oil and gas rights. He left them to my mom. No one knows who has what. My mom sold everything she thought she had. They're popping up left and right.
Yeah.
Checks are coming in.
Yep.
My sister has to know what the estate is because there's somebody else involved besides the director's family that's entitled to 10%, and she is
No, I
a year
get
and a
it.
half
I
into
get
having
it.
no
Listen,
idea what.
basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to memorialize and quantify what she owns. You want to know,
Sure.
and to do that is not as hard as you might think. There is a forum, an online platform that about 98% of all producers, all of them use, about 99% of them. And if you go to that forum, you can search the last name, reset passwords, and do all kinds of that stuff. It's really important, though, that you get to the right place. And it's called Energy Link. Energy Link. And it's literally energylink.com. When you go to energylink.com, you can search around there and just see, usually it's the last name of the person that they file these royalties with. And that is a really good resource. You can also call EnergyLink and ask them to help you search. You would maybe have to show a death certificate or some kind of representation, like what they used to call an executive of the estate, but a personal representative of the estate. But energylink.com is one of the first ones. Another thing that you need to know is in each state, the state keeps track of people who have gas and oil royalties. And if it's a simple royalty, the reason states and counties know about this is because you have to pay property tax on that portion of the acreage where you receive royalties. Believe it or not, they break down royalty interests into property shares for the purposes of property tax. So if you have the checks are usually issued by a company, and many times they make a memo as to what wells are involved, and the wells are located in a county, and that county has a record of who's paying the tax on it. So let's just break it down. If you have checks coming in, that'll help you. Hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Thank you so much.
This report is sponsored by Taking
Yeah, man.
Fast.
It's the least I can do. Try to hit that 51.
Few slow spots, but really nothing that's going to hold you up too badly. 270 both directions out of Commerce City, I-25 south coming into downtown, as well as northbound coming off Broadway Bridge, pushing up towards Colfax and even up out of the Tech Center. East side looks good. Pena, no delays to the airport. And if you're heading into the foothills, we're still jamming down Floyd Hill. They're doing rock scaling today. There are some backups on the westbound side only. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
I'm Buzz Knight, and I host the Taking a Walk podcast. Join me for an upcoming episode with a musician from the great indie band AJR, Adam Met. That's Adam Met on the Taking a Walk podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
O'Brien Legal Services is a real estate law firm. It's a law firm that helps with real estate issues. Right now, a lot of people who are landlords really are navigating a lot of new laws in Colorado. He can help you with your leases, with your evictions, with any part in between. If you're a landlord needing help, O'Brien Legal Services, olslaw.com. He can also help with normal real estate transactions, or any problems that might come up with adverse possession or maybe border disputes of another kind. Whatever it is, real estate, think O'Brien Legal Services, olslaw.com, 720-370-7388. Okay, speaking of real estate, a lot of people have equity in their homes. They may have some really good rates on their mortgages, and they don't want a complete refi. But what you can get is what is called the Smart Equity Loan. That is where American Financing has come up with the product in order to help you get rid of high interest debt. So if you have 10 or 15 or 20,000 built up in high interest debt, you are wasting money every month. You can immediately save hundreds of dollars a month, improve your credit, and give you some breathing room if you take a portion of your equity and then pay off that high interest debt. American Financing is set up to do just that. Call about the Smart Equity Loan. They also use like bank statements sometimes to qualify you. It's very quick and painless. 303-695-7000. AmericanFinancing.net. 303-695-7000.
Thank you.
How much time do I have?
Problem. Okay.
3.5.
All right.
What was your why was your question?
Because I
Brenda, we're
just
gonna
saw
get to
a
you as soon as
Volkswagen commercial talking about pull over emergency assist if the driver falls asleep or passes out.
Oh.
Because in their automatic driving, you have to have the hands on the wheel most of the time. But if you just flat fall asleep, it will, even if your foot is on the gas, it will pull over.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, you still talking to Henry about hail? Yeah, we might as well. What is he? Was he going to go to the city pool? I mean, he's like 17. Just relax, Henry.
Urgent notice. U.S. preparing evacuation flights for Americans in Israel.
Oh, Israel.
I smell bunker bombs coming.
Yep.
Well, what the hell else does Iran have to throw besides a dirty bomb?
B2, go B2s.
Kelly, hang on. Besides a dirty bomb, what the hell do they have to throw at Israel?
That's probably what's going on.
Yeah.
There's some kind of dirty bomb or
Yeah.
chatter.
Well, they've been throwing just, gobs of missiles indiscriminately launched at Israel.
Yeah, but they're almost out of missiles.
Yep.
Like they only have hundreds left.
All they're going to have left is anthrax and dirty bombs.
It's the Battle of Britain. They're going to start hurling
Shovels.
Insults.
Yeah.
Your mother is so fat.
Cast iron skillets.
Right?
I just hope Trump is smart enough not to get involved.
Well, they need our
They
bombs.
absolutely need
Well,
to.
that's different. Supplying them with arms is one thing. Having U.S. forces physically get involved
No.
in Iran, I think, is a huge mistake.
Nobody's going to do boots on the ground, Doc.
I hope the ultimate goal is a couple of his golf courses in Tehran and then call it even.
Maybe.
Well, we got to get, what is it? We're sniffing 50 years with these psychos. Got to get them out of there.
Well, first of all, we delve, and Doc will attest to this, the USA delves with scalpels. They
Throw
use
sandals.
machetes.
Yeah.
Looks very nice.
Well, yeah, we all have to admit, Israel's unbelievable, though.
Oh.
The pagers.
Oh, God.
As soon as they replace somebody, the next person dies. I mean, it's like,
And
I
there's
wonder
more
if the
about that story, how
Ayatollah
they
himself
gathered the
works for Iran, or I'm sorry, for Israel.
There's more coming out about that story, how they gathered the generals at some fake meeting before they blew up the building.
I love
Oh, my
it.
God.
Amazing.
That is so
You
funny.
know what they did? They ordered a pizza.
Yeah.
From Anthony's.
Yes. With anchovies? Yes, Halib. With anchovies. Well, I'm in there. I am all up in there, Mohammed.
I wonder if they get confused, like having to deliver pizzas there because everybody's named Mohammed.
Here we go.
Okay. Hi, Tom Martino. I want to go right back to that Jay again. Hey, Jay, we are running out of time, but I can hold you over. But here's another thing. On the checks that you get, how many checks a month are coming in?
It's so random, Tom. There's no rhyme, no reason.
Okay.
Just
each
a check for $2 will roll in.
Right, but
a
each
for
check,
$50,000 will roll in. No one knows.
Each check has a payer. And
yeah, and when you call them, they're like, "Well, we'll get back to you. We're not entirely sure." And you're like, "Can I get a copy of that contract?"
Well,
And
actually,
I'm
Jay,
not joking.
Jay, I'm going to tell you something. Actually, they are required by all kinds of agencies to have what's called an owner relations department. That's where you call. You don't just call Randy. You say, I want to talk to owner relations. Literally, it's called owner relations.
Owner relations. I gotta write that down.
The check,
My sister
hold on.
is
The
a really
check,
nice person.
Jay, the check also refers to a customer number. By law, every single customer has to have a number. The royalty interest must be recorded under that number. and they must give you complete information on that number. So I could help you, man. I mean, all you have to do are look at the checks. Then go to energylink.com and send me every single check, a copy of every single check, and I'll tell you how to get the information. I can get the information in 5 minutes. We're running out of time. I'm sorry, Jay. We're running out of time. My fault. You can hang on.
Awesome.
That's great. I still need to call Courtney.
Who's Courtney?
Courtney from Buy and Build.
Yeah, we are slammed.
We are, and I need to call Courtney.
I'll tell you what. With Henry, you can tell Henry we will plug that thing, but it's going to be next hour. You might want to call him back, so he doesn't have to hang there. Because we got Mitch in the studio, you got Courtney coming up, and then we have all these calls. And then,
hey, Ryan said he'll let you have his first hour, so we're going to go till 3.
Good,
thank you. Can't get it all in. Apparently, you can't stick it all in up.
Can't get it all in. That's what. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not going to do that's what she said. I'm never going to do that.
It's pretty juvenile.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I would never ever stoop to that ever.
Nope.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'll call you straight up. Right? If we have a lull in between 11 and 12, I'll call you back. If we don't, because we have full on.
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Just so you know, you should look up the B21, which is an updated version of the B2 that they're replacing it with.
I'll look it up right now, the B21 bomb.
Don't run off.
Oh, my God. This reminds... Look at this... holy shit.
What?
This reminds me... I don't even want to say the guy's name. I want you to read the text.
Okay.
That Vanessa just sent. The one that says 9:30 at the top. This is what Ryan wrote. Oh, what a... In my opinion, this guy is a
beware
total.
of Vanessa. I am the third contractor she has backed out on and went on a tangent using social media trying to destroy
Yeah, read it
them
out loud.
for no apparent reason other than the excitement she gets from getting everybody riled up. Complete 100% narcissist. Oh, my God. She canceled the roof and demanded that I eat the expenses that I've incurred in preparing to do her roof and says I couldn't deliver. I offered to refund what was left and she refused, demanding full payment. I wonder how much she did want.
Keep going.
She has been sending 20, 30 texts per day threatening to ruin me, calling a POS list goes on and on. I can see how she and her husband's life is so miserable that he oh my God, and took his own life a year and a half ago. Holy crap.
What a piece of shit.
Holy crap. This is Sleaze Brigade material.
That is 100%. I don't even want to say because we removed him, but that reminds me of somebody.
You know, did we remove him because...
yes, I got it handled.
Okay. I mean...
And good thing we haven't had a call on him forever. I truly think he's changed
I
his
know.
ways.
I understand, yeah.
I think his brain still works the same way, but somehow he has realized to do things.
Mark, that text is unbelievable.
Can you believe it? I mean, that tells me something about this guy. He's a piece of shit.
What is the name of the company?
In my opinion.
In your opinion? That's funny. I was just going to say that. That's funny.
Blynn Keller that sent that message?
Who?
Blynn Keller?
What?
About Vanessa's matter?
I don't think so. I think it was... Well, why do you say... I mean...
He owns hair.
It's Ryan Allison is the name. That's the name of the company. I don't know if she was dealing with a guy named Ryan, but the name of the company is Ryan Allison Construction.
I thought you were discussing Vanessa.
Yeah.
That's called Heron Construction.
No, that's her last name. I mistakenly said that.
Oh.
I mistakenly said that because it said Heron Construction. He was referring to her job. And he put down Heron Construction.
Oh, shit. There is a company called Heron Construction.
Oh, my God.
So I sent them 2 emails.
That's amazing. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm good.
You might want to tell him you made a mistake. Yeah, he used the name Heron Construction. In other words, that was the name of the job.
Here's what he...
And you know what's weird? He's a welder.
But this guy, though, I'm not so sure they were all painted galvanized except one is prime. He says, I looked up every product you screenshot sent me. I'm searching.
Here, he puts it right. Wait.
Say it again.
Keep her hanging.
Hey, Vanessa,
There's
we're
no
still
doubt, Mark,
reviewing
that he
everything, so
had
just
pre-painted
be patient
in
with
mind.
me and we're
Yeah, it
gonna
says
get right
two-
back
yeah.
to you, okay?
But whether or not he was contractually obligated, in other words, could he do an equivalent? That's the question.
By the way, read what I just put up on line 2. You're gonna freak.
Okay.
Well, no, we're not, because Go Cats sucks, in my opinion.
Oh, it does. Tell these people, all of them, we will get to them.
But still,
No, you
I
tell.
got to say, Go Cats does get the award for the longest fuck over. 7 years is pretty good. You take someone's money 7 years ago and string them along for 7 years with nothing done
He's
is
playing
amazing.
the long game, Mark.
Dude, that guy knows how to play the long game.
I'm
Well,
absolutely.
you know what? If he takes the
I
money
have
and
the
puts it in a
contract.
bank, after 7 years it doubles, and he give the guy back his money,
Be more than doubles, yeah.
and he still keeps the initial deposit.
It's crazy.
Like Trump came down the escalator 10 years ago. He's still in the White House. That's the long game, my friend.
That is a long game. You know, in hindsight, it was kind of good he had that crazy first term to learn the swamp, because boy, is that guy, he's got the full-blown pontoon
It's just
boat
like the Christian
maneuvering.
Bale Batman, where he goes and he, works out in prison or whatever, and then he comes back. He's real strong.
Yep. Or Superman, where he goes
Going back
around the
to,
earth
yeah.
backwards.
Yep. His dog drags him back to his lair, or whatever the hell's going on there.
I want a layer.
What?
Courtney? Hi, it's Kelly from the Tom Martino Show.
Who
How are
wouldn't be
you?
happy to hear from Kelly?
I'm well, thank you so much. All right, so can you just re-emphasize, is it roller auction or roller auctions, plural, .com?
She's a stickler.
Hey, Tom, I'm
roller
sending
auction.
you something you need to get handled quick.
Okay. What happened?
It's a spot that I've just sent you a few times.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Is it Petrali?
Yes.
Okay, I will do it today, right after the show.
Hey, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Stick around after the show and make sure he does it, and text me when it's done, please.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you want to know what your house will sell for, he'll do a complete analysis free of charge with no obligation. And it's pretty damn accurate. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Let's talk about an exciting auction. Also, I just want to by name tell Vanessa, and then Rod has a Go Cats problem, another scumbag company that we've been on. Dale wants to talk about AutoNation. Brenda wants to talk about an apartment. We will get to all of you right now. Courtney with Buy and Build, the owner of buyandbuild.net. I've known Courtney for years, and they have a great warehouse that sells kitchen and bath stuff. But they also have about twice a year this incredible auction that's going on right now. And what's exciting about today is the auction closes. So during the auction, you can make bids like any auction. And then as they start to close the items, you have a final chance to make a bid. And then it's held open for 2 minutes while someone else can match it. And it keeps going until someone gives up. Courtney Pierce with buyandbuild.net. I want to tell you first, as he's talking about this, how you can follow along. Go to roller rollerauction.com. That's ROLLER, rollerauction.com, and then click on buy and build, and you will see the action going on. Now, yesterday, Courtney was a bit distressed because he said, oh my God, I'm giving some of this stuff away. I hope I get more action. So what's going on today at rollerauction.com, buy and build, the buy and build section? What's going on, Courtney?
Well, good morning, Tom. We're a little stressed still right now because this is the 2 hours before the sale starts moment where I'm looking at all these prices and everything's pretty much still be given away for almost nothing. I'm looking at flooring here for 15 cents a square foot.
Oh man!
I'm looking at tile, porcelain tile, A-grade porcelain tile, sitting at 20 cents a square foot. So some really amazingly good steals. You get into the kitchen cabinets, and you can still get full sets of kitchen cabinets for under $1,000.
What? Under $1,000?
So I'm looking at a 15-piece Snow Haven kitchen cabinet set with soft closed doors, soft closed drawers, sitting right now at $800. So if you can only imagine redoing your entire kitchen for that level. Now, I'm hoping, of course, it goes a little higher than that. That's why we're talking. But right now, there are some amazing bargains to be had. And if you log on, I can guarantee you there's going to be some people leaving today with products at pennies on the dollar.
Courtney, I'm seeing this whole damn set of cabinets, and they're all right there. And I think they're assembled already, right? If the picture shows them assembled, are they assembled or not?
So there is one on lot number 99 is assembled, and lot number 100 is the exact same kitchen. We decided to sell one unassembled and palletized, so you can actually load it in the back of a pickup truck and get it home. And so a lot of people that buy from out of state and stuff, they just don't have the ability to transport assembled cabinets. So
at these
we
prices,
to do one lot unassembled. But
at these prices, brother, at these prices, let me tell you something. People can put freaking beautiful cabinets in their garage. Now, you know that happened with you and me. I was looking at garage cabinets at Home Depot and at these other big boxes, and you showed me a line of shaker cabinets that were beautiful. I put in my garage, and people said, my God, how opulent. And I said, no, they were cheaper than the Gladiator stuff. They were cheaper than anything you could buy at the big box stores. And I'm looking at some lots here. There's a complete room of cabinets for $500 right now. Courtney, there is no way that all of these lots of cabinets are going to go for substantially more prices. Not all of them. You got too many this time, bro. You're gonna be giving some of this away.
There's going to be some really good deals. I mean, if anybody in this listening audience is in the market for any home improvement materials right now, this is absolutely one of the best opportunities you can possibly get. We have these pre-hung doors, and some of those doors, they're still sitting at $5 a piece for doors that would cost you $250, $300, $400 even retail. Toilets sitting at, $15, $20.
I know.
That's
just
crazy.
Unbelievable.
I want to tell them how it works. If you go to rollerauction.com, hit the buy and build banner, you go into buy and build. And what I did was simply went down to cabinets in the search function, and it brought up cabinets. And you'll see the extraordinary deals. You can go down to doors, as he was just talking about, and it'll show pre-hung doors. I'm looking at some doors here, some interior 6-panel, beautiful pre-painted doors. I don't know if they're pre-painted finish, but whatever. It's $8. $8. I mean, this is incredible. Okay, no. One is here is $6. Courtney, there are so many of them. What is the reality that they're going to be bid up a lot? I mean, there's too many of them to be bid up a lot. Somebody can go to a brand new item. In other words, you have items side by side that are pretty much the same. So once somebody gets to a bid,
exactly the same.
Yeah, so they can go next door to an item and start at $5. I mean, you're gonna be giving a lot of this stuff away. So explain how it happens today and what the closing is all about. Explain what happens.
You bet. Sure. So at 1:00 p.m., the first 3 items of the auction, which I believe are putty knives, are going to close.
Yeah.
And so if you're in on the bidding and nobody has bid on that item for a while, then you're going to win that item. Now, if somebody decides to outbid you with 30 seconds left, it goes into what's called extended bidding for 2 minutes. And that allows you a chance to counter bid and not just get something stolen out from under you with 10 seconds left when you were really wanting that item. The other thing you can do is you can set a maximum price on what you're willing to pay for an item. You put in your maximum bid, and the computer will automatically bid for you up to that amount. It won't automatically do that unless somebody is actively bidding against you. Otherwise, you are just going to sit at that lower bid until somebody bids against you, but it'll bid up to your maximum for you, so it'll save you a little bit of a headache. But absolutely, right now there are some just amazing deals on here.
So when someone bids against when someone bids against you and it goes into that 2 minutes, and then you outbid them, does it go into another 2 minutes?
It does. It does. So an item can literally stay going until after its closing time for up to 30 minutes, even longer than that. I've seen some of the cabinets go back and forth. If you get two people that want the same cabinet set, and they're only bidding $50 at a time on a set that's worth $5,000, it takes a while, and so they'll go back and forth, and sometimes everything around it will be closed, and one item will be continuing in the extended bidding.
So at our time, it's 1 o'clock our time. They start closing. Is that about it? 1 o'clock.
That is correct.
Okay,
yep.
And that's buy and build. By the way, if you ever want to look at buy and build, it's buyandbuild.net. But today it's all about the auction. Rollerauction.com. Rollerauction.com. You just got to go see it to believe it, okay? When you get to rollerauction.com.
Yeah, we have a link on our website, too. So if you go to our website, it'll take you to the auction as well. And like I said, if you go to the gift item portion of this, too, even if you're not into building materials, you should still check out this auction. There's paddle boards, there's wristwatches, there's toys, there's all sorts of barbecue, grill,
incredible
stuff, camping stuff.
Incredible stuff.
Backpacks.
And
beer signs. Highly recommend just checking it out just for fun and looking at some stuff. You might find some great gift items, and you might find some useful stuff for around the home.
Okay, if we get a chance during the 1 o'clock hour, what I want to do is call you back and talk about some of the ridiculous deals where you lost your shirt on. I'm not reveling in that. I'm sorry, Courtney. I'm not betting against you here, but man, that you're the one who's doing it, so it's up for grabs if people.
Yeah, no, it really is the way it works, and some people are going to leave with literally a $200 door for $5, and that's what keeps them coming back to the auctions. But hopefully, I'll make some money on some of this other stuff, and it'll all even out.
All right, so thank you very much. That's Courtney Pierce. So it's rollerauction.com, and then you click on the buy and build banner. All right, let's. I want to go really quickly to Rod, and then we'll go back to Vanessa. So Rod, you must have heard about this, or we've had complaints out the nose about GoCats, which is a speed shop. It's a custom shop. And a lot of what he talks about are custom heads and stuff for engines. And we have had over, look at the guy, in my opinion, is bad news, okay? If you go to his website, he's so stupid that he puts me on the front page of his website talking about how vile I am, which only highlights, when you click on me, it only highlights the Sleaze Brigade that he's a member of. My Sleaze Brigade, by the way, is completely opposite of referral list. People to avoid. And this guy's on the Sleaze Brigade. For years, he's been ripping people off, in my opinion, and he's been sued, bad reviews. I don't know how the guy stays in business. Tell us your story, Rod. Tell us your story.
Yeah. So he had an ad on Facebook, when he said he polished his heads and intakes and stuff, and it looked really good. So I thought, so I already had all the machine work done on my engine. I took it to a guy in Sterling American Machine, and he bored it, put the cam in, and then the valves and everything. And he put the pistons on the rod or connecting rods and stuff. And then so I took it up to Eric, and I wanted him to swap out the cam for a 3/4 racing cam, so it'd have a little more thump. And then I wanted him to polish a set of heads and intake. Well, so I paid him $2,500 up front, and I had paid the machine shop little $2,600 to do all the machine work. So He didn't have to have any machine work done. All he had to do was swap out cam, put the pistons in it, put a set of heads and intake on it, and that was it. Well, then I got to searching, and then I seen, he didn't have good reviews. So then
Wait a minute.
He
He has very few good reviews. My God, you must have seen all the bad reviews.
Yeah, well, that was after I took the engine to him. I'd seen the bad reviews.
Okay. Then what?
I called him, and I called him and told him I wanted my engine because I had to overhaul my semi engine, which is that's like $30,000 to do a semi engine. So I told him I just want to pick up my engine. He said okay. So he gave me to Saturday or Sunday that week to pick it up. Well, I went to pick it up, and then he had everything covered up with paper so you couldn't see it. So when I got it home, I pulled all the paper off. Well, it wasn't my block.
Oh my God!
And then so I took it up to this guy in Imperial, Nebraska, and had him look at it. And so it had been pin welded in between a set of valves. And that guy in Imperial, Bob is his name, and he said I think it's a boat anchor. He said I think it will leak water when it gets hot. So then he turned it over. Well, a day later or 2 days later, he turned it over and pulled the pan off, and then he called me and said, "Hey, did your crank have a freaking notch out of it?" And I said, "No." I said, "My crank was perfect. It was it was a 4-inch mercury crank. It'd been polished. There wasn't any defects with it. And the one he gave me didn't have a big notch out of one of the journals." So,
okay, here's what I want to ask you.
Really
I want to ask you a few questions, bro. This is important.
Okay.
This is important. When you took it to him to have the work done and then changed your mind, did you say to him, "Don't do anything, I just want my engine back"? Were you willing to give up the $2,500? What was said when you asked for your engine back?
He said he would put one together, but he didn't say it would be my engine. He said he'd put one together, and he did put one together. But then he kept my gasket kit because I had a rebuild kit. He kept that. He kept the oil. He put an engine together and didn't put an oil pump in it. He kept the oil pump.
So it was your impression you were going to, but it was your impression you were going to get back the completed job. That was your impression.
Right.
But when you picked it up, it wasn't your head.
No, it wasn't my block.
Oh, it wasn't your block. Oh my
Engine
God.
block.
Did he say it was your block? What is he saying about this?
Well, so he has this spill he tells everybody when you take an engine to him. He said he'll build you an engine, board 125 over, and he'll use a different block. And I said, no. I said, I want my block back because I've had it for 30 years. I bought it before with my dad, 30 years ago. We had a 255.
Yeah, no. Okay, but did Eric Brown, did he try to tell you it was your block or not?
No, he did say it was my block or not. He said it was a block.
Okay. So where does it stand? Where does it stand right now?
So, I filed a lawsuit against him.
Oh man.
So I filed a lawsuit, and the judge. Well, Eric never showed up. He only
surprise.
Right,
surprise.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
Only filed one. Yeah, he only filed one paperwork back. And he actually, in that paperwork, said who he sold my block to. It was one of his buddies. The guy claims he's not his buddy, but he bought it from Eric.
Well, whether it's your block or not, Rod, whether it's your block or not, I need to ask this. Is it done properly?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, because the guy in Imperial, Bob, he's 85 years old. He's built way more flatheads than Eric ever will, and he said it was a boat anchor, is what he said.
Oh my God, boat anchor! So if you want to get a boat anchor, you should go to Eric, according to Bob.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and Bob said he wouldn't even. He said it wasn't worth anything. you know. And I believe Bob, because Bob's building me an engine now, but Bob's going to put it on a dyno, run it, check everything before, and he has not asked me for a dime up front.
Well, we've had multiple calls. You know, at least you didn't pay Eric $7,500 7+ years ago, and he's done absolutely nothing but generate excuses for 7 years. At least you're not in that boat.
You know, do you have any? Okay, what is your total loss if you take the $2,500 you paid plus the value of the block you brought in? What are your total losses?
Well, so when we went to the court, so that there's some loss. So actually, I have like $8,000 in lawyer fees.
Oh my
God!
So
actually, when we got done with the judge, he owes me over $40,000.
Did you actually?
I'm sorry.
Did you actually get a judgment?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I got a judgment.
Jeez, this guy. Yeah. I swear to God, I cannot believe. I can't believe how much money he owes people. If everything we're hearing is true, I mean, this guy should be in prison, in my opinion.
Oh my God, it's amazing to me.
So last September, I was in Kansas City doing radiation, and so I get this call from a guy on Messenger, he called me on Messenger, and he said, hey, my father-in-law had taken 3 blocks and a set of heads to Eric, paid him $13,500 up front, and now Eric doesn't want to talk to him.
This guy is
We need
bad.
some better pictures of this clown. We really do. We got to warn more people. This
now, Mark,
guy's
did
getting
you see,
really
if you go to sleazebrigade.com and just click the category miserable mechanics, you'll see.
Yeah, I see him.
It's the best I could get online right now. But
I know we got to find a good picture, Adam. Maybe we can put posters up at trade shows. There's different things we can do to make sure he doesn't rip off anybody else. This group of people we're talking about that are into these engines, it's a pretty small group, wouldn't you say, caller?
Oh, well, it's good to be more people are doing flatheads because they have their own sound. You know, they cost more to rebuild than a Ford or a Chevy.
So when did all this happen?
If you want nostalgic.
When was this judgment granted?
It was granted let's see, I got out of the radiation on October 18th, so it was last fall, in between October and December.
Okay, let me ask you something. What are you talking about? What is this radiation you're talking about?
Oh, I had radiation for prostate cancer.
How are you doing?
So I was in Kansas City for 2 months.
How are you doing?
I'm surviving. You know, my PSA is down to 0.02, which is where they want it, and then I got some neuropathy. Other than that, I don't have any side effects. So.
Hey, man, that's good news, Rod.
You know.
That's good news, brother. I'm a cancer survivor right now. I hope it stays that way, but good luck to you, bro.
Yeah, I went to Kansas City because the guys I went with were specialized in prostate cancer.
Okay,
so
good.
I went to the best.
I'll keep you in my prayers. What's going on, Dimitri?
Hey, Rod, have you tried to collect on this judgment? And if so, what happened?
I haven't tried collecting yet. Well, I really don't want to call him. Well, there's a guy from California. He's talked to you before, Joe the Rocks, I think, out of California.
Yeah.
He's been on your talk show. So anyway, Joe, he actually found my engine block that Eric had sold to this other guy.
Wow.
And so we got on a 3-way deal on Instagram, and he was going to sell the block for. He paid $8,500 and he wanted $6,000 or something for it. So we got on a group chat, and I said, "Hey, bud, you better not sell that freaking motor till you talk to my lawyer." So Eric had gave us a number for this guy.
Do you have a number? Wait, you have a number for a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lawyer.
By the way, what number do you have for Eric Brown? We're trying to get a working number. What number do you have for him?
Let me go through here and look.
I mean, real
find
quick,
it.
if you can get us that
Yeah,
number,
well,
I got to take this break. I want to come back and get that number, Kachina. We don't have to keep Rod on right now, but I'm going to add him to the list. Get his contact information. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. K&H Home Solutions now has K&H Painting Pros. You can use them for window siding, doors, and more, including painting. khwindows.com.
Hi, Dan Cicchini for your kitchen update. Done right, go to drhi.com. Great cash incentives or a special financing rate of 0% APR with 48 equal monthly payments with approved credit. For details, 800-362-8370.
Sheridan Auto Tech is there for you, whether it's light, heavy, maintenance and repairs, or you have electrical issues, or you want to do a pre-buy inspection on a used car. Sheridan Auto Tech does it all. A full-service auto repair facility with honesty, longevity, value, knowledge, and experience. Everything you want in an auto repair facility. Sheridan Auto Tech, 303-455-7242. Worth the drive from anywhere on Colfax west of Wadsworth. 303-455-7242. You know, Vestera Turnkey is a company that has put together a strategy for becoming a landlord, and they hold your hand through the whole process. In fact, they have a customer or client manager that works with you through your entire project. So you become a landlord and they hold your hand. They help you identify the property to buy in the proper market with good upside potential. They help you manage the property through a qualified management company, and they get you ready to sell the property when the selling is hot. All of this is under one company, one umbrella, Vestera Turnkey. Look them up, mybiggestrureturn.com. Become part of the family. I'm going on 4 houses now with them. That's Vestera Turnkey, mybiggestrureturn.com. And speaking of financing, don't do anything until you get rid of your high interest debt. High interest debt is the very first thing you get rid of before anything, okay? Because that is money wasted. You can go to American Financing. My friends there have actually put together a smart equity loan to help you get out of high interest debt. They set aside that part of your equity and get you a line of credit to pay off high interest debt. And you know what's great about that? You save hundreds of dollars a month, and you can get out of debt quicker. So remember, AmericanFinancing.net for all your refi needs. 303-695-7000. Call them today. Get started. 303-695-7000.
Yep.
Okay, David, hang on for me, and we're going to get to you as soon as possible, okay? We've got full lines, so there might be a little bit of a wait, so I just ask that you be patient,
Oh,
okay?
my God. This is so incredible. This guy is so bad. Oh,
You got to
shit.
get to Dale and Brenda.
Okay, I will. I promise. Vanessa's going to have to hold.
Break when you can, though.
No, I will. Oh, my God.
Thanks, man. What's going on over there?
Oh, nothing. I'm doing good
Okay.
today. Thank goodness. So far.
Just need a bigger clock.
Yeah, funny. So funny I forgot to laugh.
Hey, Kelly, I put Eric Brown's number up.
That's sweet of you.
See if that's actually it, though. I found that one. It's different than his other one.
What are you talking about?
Whatever he said.
Sure, brother.
I didn't. I only caught the last half of that.
Look at Eric Brown on the screen.
Yeah.
And see if that's his number. Call him up, see if he'll come on. That's a different number than we've been using.
No, it's not. That's the one I've been calling.
Okay.
Oh, it is?
I guess. Okay.
But I will call him.
What number are you referring to, just out of curiosity?
284-1790.
That is not the number I'm referring to. Look a little higher up, says Eric Brown, 303. You see it? On the call screener.
933.
There you go.
40.
Yeah.
I've never called that.
Yeah, see if he answers that one. I doubt he will.
All right.
Are you punking me?
No, why?
It just goes straight to a busy signal.
Okay, it could be dead. It showed that as one of his cell phone numbers. That's all.
Okay. I'm going to call the other one.
No.
Unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Listen, man, I tell you, we got a lot to go through. Be patient. We'll get to you. I want to go to Dale right now. Has a problem with AutoNation. Dale, what's going on with you, sir? What's happening?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for your patience. What's going on?
I'm calling on behalf of my daughter. She had to buy another car because hers was stolen at the end of April in Lakewood at our house, and they found it 2 weeks later in an apartment building in Aurora. But the car had to be totaled because of the drugs. Anyway, she needed to buy another car, so she went down to, she found one she liked online, which is down at AutoNation Subaru on East Arapahoe Road.
Yeah, what did she buy?
She bought a 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited.
Jeep Grand Cherokee. Okay, so tell me about the what went wrong?
Okay, she drove the car. She liked it. She signed all the paperwork, including the 90-day warranty and including a 5-year warranty. We brought it home. We took a small drive up in the mountains. And then after about 46 miles, the engine light came on. And it stayed on. We brought it home. And then we were going to take it to the store a little bit later, but when she went to start it, the engine started smoking like mad and making all kinds of noises. So we called AutoNation dealership, told them what was wrong. They said, well, bring it down tomorrow. We'll take a look at it. Well, we tried to do that the next morning, but it was still smoking, and we didn't think it was right to drive it because the engine sounded like it was going to blow up. So they took and had a tow truck driver come to our house and towed it to their dealership.
Got it.
Okay. That was roughly 2 months ago. To this day, she does not have a car. She's required to pay close to $20,000 for everything, but she doesn't have the car, and she hasn't had the car.
What do they say about it, Dale? What do they say about it?
They said that the engine is shot. That's what we were told.
Okay, and is the warranty going to cover it? I don't know anything about the warranty. No. Is it going to cover it?
No. They will. None of the warranty.
Why is the warranty denying it? Because we're talking two different warranties: the 90-day warranty that I guess the dealer gave her when you buy a car there, then the extended warranty.
Yes, the 90-day. They're refusing to honor it.
Why? What are they saying though? What is their reason for the denial?
Because why? Because it was overheated. Because they said the car was overheated.
Okay.
May I talk? May I talk to your daughter directly right now, please?
Yeah, she's right here.
What's her first name?
Hi, I'm Dawn.
Dawn?
Yes.
Okay, so Dawn, When you were driving the car, did you get an overheat light at all?
No, I actually have a picture of it with the engine light on, and it was not overheating at all.
Okay. And you pulled over immediately after the engine light came on?
Yeah. Well, I had to come back home.
Right. How many
And
miles?
I literally
How many
had only-
miles did you drive with the engine light on?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
It's probably less than 50. I know
Okay.
that.
How many miles on this Grand Cherokee Unlimited?
108.
108. Did you have it checked out at all by anyone before you bought it?
No, and that was my mistake.
But you thought, well, what the heck? I got 2 warranties. So that's probably one of the reasons you didn't care that much. So are they saying basically you neglected it by letting it overheat?
All they said is, I was trying to look up the letter they gave me. They just said it was overheated. They didn't say that it was my fault or anything else. They just said it was overheated, and that's why they weren't covering it.
Okay. So what have you done since that denial? What have you done?
I've contacted a couple of lawyers. We've gone down. They said that they would trade the vehicle in, but I would be in negative equity.
How much
I
negative?
said,
How
well,
much?
what about the
How much did you pay for this car?
Without the warranty, it was $16,000.
Okay.
But when the warranty, with the warranty, it's over 20.
Okay. So, what did the attorneys say when you talked to them?
Nothing really.
I mean, because let me just give you the bad news, all of the bad news up front. When you bought that used truck, it was as is, okay? 100% as is. Yeah. And the only thing we have to go by right now is the warranty, or if they somehow covered up the problem. It seems to me amazing that you only put 46 miles on it and it's seized. Hold on, I'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino.
Yep.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
Yeah, we do have an accident out west on C470. This is going to be it looks like the eastbound side coming down the hill there just at Alameda. Left lane is blocked.
They just ripped this
we are starting to
lady's
see some
face
delays.
off.
City traffic's not too bad. Got a few slow spots. Pena coming out of the airport, 270 heading west up through Vasquez, and I-25 into downtown's been a little slow. Got a closure on I-70, the bottom of Floyd Hill. Westbound is jamming, and further west, we've got a closure on I-70 due to a crash in between Copper Mountain and Vale. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's Oval Office, it's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, we all need air conditioning, let's face it, okay? You're not going to get by without it. But if you want to make your air conditioner work less and save a lot of money, I suggest Quiet Cool Whole House Fan. That's a fan put up in the upper floor of your attic area. And what it does is it destratifies or evens out the temperatures in your home. That alone helps your air conditioner work less. But another thing it can do, you can bring in cool, crisp air from the evening and cool off your house in just a few minutes. And then your air conditioner can maintain it. Or you can use the QC Colorado Whole House Fan instead of AC. It all depends on the weather, but one thing is for sure, QCcolorado.net, QCcolorado.com will help you. They will absolutely, positively cut down your use of air conditioning. That's QCcolorado.com. Call them now. Get it installed before the real heat. 303-800-3419. 303-800-3419. I love Discount Bath because they do what they say. They offer discounted baths. They have the company that can do volume and pass savings on to consumers. They'll give you a price before even coming to your home. Take your smartphone and videotape or video anything you want done. You want that hallway bath expanded. You want your Jack and Jill bath done. You want your master bath. You want the roughed in area in the basement. Whatever it is, discountbath.com will take a look at the video and send you a price on the phone. They're great people and they have great products. So you can pick a level of trim and finish that you want, whether it's your rental, your fix and flip, or your dream home. Get a discount. Discountbath.com.
Yep.
It's busy too.
It's really nice.
Let me tell you something. There is something that we find extraordinary at our house. I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn off my mic.
Still wants Vanessa, huh?
Oh, sweet Vanessa. In the break that we are supposed to be in, see if I can explain that correctly. The break we should have already taken, so technically the next break, not the current break that is in place of the break that we need to take. There is a scene. He will proceed with a fix-it.
This computer's a total piece of shit. Jesus, I might. I just can't believe it. I mean, it's fucking just crazy. I'm going to just start bringing my laptop again. Yeah, but I'm trying to I'm going to end up, in fact, I am. Fuck, then I got a spot coming up. Jesus.
3-761-6400.
Hi, Tom Martino. I want to go back to Dawn real quick. Dawn, listen, you're going to, no matter what, you need to get your car back and you need to get it to a professional to give you an independent evaluation. Then we need to compare the car to whatever I mean, maybe it wasn't overheating, or maybe it overheated as a result of another problem, but we're flying blind here. You need evidence to fight them. They're going to look for any excuse. Go ahead.
I did have a diagnostic check on it, and it said that it was the third cylinder was misfiring, which they claim they fixed when they did the spark plugs change. But apparently it wasn't fixed.
Who told you that? Where did you take your car? So you have your car now.
No, they have it. They've had it since April 30th.
So when did you have it diagnostically checked?
That Monday.
Well, how did you have the before this all happened?
Yes.
Okay.
So when the check engine light went on, I went to I took it to the Jeep dealership on Monday, and they did a diagnostic check for me, and he told me it was the third cylinder was misfiring, but it wasn't the spark plugs, because he could see that the spark plugs had all been changed.
Okay.
So this was a...
So did AutoNation themselves tell you that the check engine light was due to misfiring?
No.
Okay.
The Jeep dealership was another AutoNation.
Okay, got it.
That I took it to.
Okay. Here's what we need to do before we jump to conclusions. It's very possible that this misfiring is what caused it to overheat and die. And that would be covered by the warranty. But if it was overheating, and the question is, why did it overheat? What I would try to prove is that whatever condition caused it to overheat, that is the condition that the warranty should cover. What have you been doing? What have they been doing all this time that you've left your car there? Have they been bugging you at all to come get it?
No, they have not asked me to come get it all. The only thing they've been asking me to do is to come in and look at more cars.
Now,
and
one thing I want to tell you, you're not going to like to hear this, but and I don't know how old you are, but it's not uncommon for a bad car purchase to mean a bankruptcy for people. I'm serious. I just want to tell you the worst case scenario first, and then we'll work on a better scenario. The worst case scenario, you turn it back to them and say, screw it. And then you declare a bankruptcy and start over. That's the worst case. The best case scenario, I need you to get it to somebody we know and trust and have them analyze it and try to prove that the overheating came second and another problem was the actual cause that caused it to fail. Then we can try to get the warranty to fix it. Kachina, talk to her about Sheridan Auto Tech and how to get it over there.
Now, Impact.
That was good.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
Yeah, we do have an accident out west on C470.
I am really, don't make fun of me.
This is going to be it looks like the downside coming down the hill there, just at Alameda. Left lane is blocked, and we are starting to see some delay.
Yeah, I swear to God, if you throw me off by hitting the clock, I'm coming over there.
I'm going to hit the clock. I'm going to hit the clock. I swear to God I am. If I have to interrupt myself in mid-syllable, I'm going to do it.
I-70, the bottom of Floyd Hill, west. I don't mind. Is jamming and further.
I want you happy if it's part of your recovery or whatever.
Copper Mountain and Vale. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47.
All right, you fix it. Him doing something after you. You don't have to introduce him. Stand by.
It's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
Fix It 24/7. The name says it all. They want to fix things instead of replacing them or doing expensive repairs. That's why they're doing the $39 Extreme Clean Check and Tune of your AC. In the winter, they do your furnace. Here's what it is. It's a complete refurbishment of your AC. They take it apart to the extent they can. They clean each and every crack and crevice and part, because dirt is the #1 killer of HVAC systems. FixMyHome.com. Book now. If you've not had it done, you're eligible for the $39 Extreme Clean Check and Tune. FixMyHome.com. Book now. Add efficiency and longevity. FixMyHome.com. Book now.
Thank you.
All
right, Mark, take it away.
To the lender. You know I'm talking about CMG Financial, CMG Mortgage. These guys loan out over $2 billion a month. They are the direct lender. If you go with anybody else, chances are they're going to CMG. You want the best rates on a reverse mortgage, a 20, 30-year fixed, or any term you want, or they're all-in-one product, which is a 30-year line of credit.
Some of these things are going to go for pennies.
John Clace. You can call him at 303-882-6679. Call now, save money, 303-882-6679.
They're going for $275, and they're normally $1,000.
We're done with Dale. We're done with her for now. I told her what to do.
Okie dokie. Ditch and Dale.
All right, Don, I hope that helps.
Yeah, and then we'll get her back on after she does what I said.
Yeah.
I am going to stay on time. Then who wants to bet me? Does Mark want to bet? Does he want to take some of this action?
Oh, no, you always do really good after you realize what you've been doing wrong.
What did you tell her to do?
Maybe I'll bet
because
my friend
she has
here,
no idea.
Deputy D.
What did you want her to do again?
I want her to try to get it to somewhere that can analyze it. Either Jeff Vick, Kevin Calkin, or somebody who can analyze it to see what what failed, what caused it to overheat. If there was a pre-existing problem, then her warranty should fix it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we need to get it checked out, no matter what, by an independent.
We're good. Thank you.
To tow it to.
All right, I'll be back in a little bit.
Called for her.
How long?
I don't know, 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, brother.
I mean, we already blown the break's over.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Are you
it.
teasing him? Don't tease him.
And
Poor
then
Tom.
call us back
Have to come and
if you
get him.
have any
Did you see any
issues or
packages at my
you have any more lingering questions.
Never mind. No, you don't. Okay, I'm going to go.
I do not. You'd have to talk to your insurance company about that. I'm sorry. One more time. You're breaking in and out.
Breaking in and out, baby.
Uh-huh.
At Sheridan Auto Tech? Okay. Perhaps don't go to the dealership. Perhaps go to one of our specialty stores like Sheridan Auto Tech. Don, I'm trying to help you. Okay? The best thing for you to do is to tow the car if it can't be, if
Driven.
it's not drivable.
Okay. Oh, it's not good.
Jeez.
Okay, so you don't know where your car is?
Get your free legal game plan. Call 303-795-5900 or visit championofthepeople.com. Well, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy. That's what they call me. Mind if I get a selfie? Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees.
I mean, this is such a piece of shit that this does this, those motherfuckers.
Did we get into this? Because I was
I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
That's all right.
Hey, Tom?
Oh, you need him back? Say it.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Don is basically saying that they don't know where the Jeep is. It is gone.
Okay, then we need to call over. I mean, come on, then give it to one of the deputies to call over. It's not gone. Okay, no, I'm going to get him on to say it's gone. He is saying that it's gone. They won't tell him where it is. Is that what he's saying?
Exactly.
That's bullshit. God damn it.
I've got Doc here. I can put Doc on it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, stand by.
On the free iHeartRadio app today.
Okay, I asked the guy, find out, bring your car to an independent mechanic. And apparently he is saying it's missing. Kachina, he said it's missing. They don't know where it is. No one knows where it is. Well, that's ridiculous, okay?
That's the rumor, yes.
Well,
that's, what
that's
they
impossible.
Have told me.
I'll guarantee you that if we call over there, they will know where it is. Okay? You know, people throw their hands up in the air and expect us to do magic. They're going to have to do a little work on their own, but we will help. I suspect the failure of that Jeep was before the overheating. There was another problem. And AutoNation, like most dealers, are trying to get out of covering it. It sucks when it happens. I'm Tom Martino. Brenda wants to talk about an issue with an apartment. David wants to talk about Skyline Mitsubishi, and we'll talk about your countertops. We'll get to Mitch Floria, theartofgranite.com, coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, bye.
All right, thank you. I'm going to step away.
Get out.
God. Good afternoon. Tom Martino Show. Great. How can I help you?
Plus a free humidifier with installation. Financing options available. Schedule your air conditioning full system evaluation and cleaning.
Oh, sir, your connection is very bad. I don't know if you have me on a speakerphone or a Bluetooth, but thumbs up.
Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner.
Okay. All right. Thanks for your input. I really appreciate it. I'll pass it on, okay? Okay, bye. 603 603 988 2721.
What's his name?
It's actually Dawn. That's his daughter.
Okay, and the dealership is...
Oh, I have no idea.
No, what's his name, remember?
It was a Mitsubishi.
Oh, okay, Skyline Mitsubishi.
Yeah, I think something like that. It was on Arapahoe.
Okay.
No, David is with Skyline Mitsubishi. No, no, I don't remember, Doc, honestly. Just call her. Call her. It's not Skyline Mitsubishi.
Fox is telling ABC News that one option President Trump's national security team has presented him is a direct U.S. attack on Iranian nuclear facilities. At the White House.
You don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do.
Iran's supreme leader today saying any military involvement by the Americans would cause irreparable damage to them. This is ABC News.
The hell is that?
It's a mic cover. Would you want your face to tell people more
I'm literally...
The idea of a wearable...
No, I mean, it's supposed to take away all echoes. Not the delay or anything. It's just for the echoing. But it's a joke. It's literally a joke. No, it's not going to work.
Air traffic controllers, for example. The ultra-thin device looks like a face tattoo.
I mean, technically, I can see where it works, but hey, Shannon.
He stepped out for a bit.
Okay, I'm going to ask you. How does my mic sound? How does my mic sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to ask you in another minute. I'm going to compare this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to compare that to this. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So the pre is a little bit better. You're a little bit hot on the second one that you just said.
So the first set of numbers 1 to 10 sounded better.
Yes.
Okay. This is ridiculous. I mean, it really is ridiculous. It's comical looking. Now I can see in a studio setting for pre-recording and stuff, but I mean, it literally makes me laugh. Don't you? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. I want to try it. I mean, it's kind of funny looking. Don't laugh. No, I didn't realize it was going to be this giant, for God's sakes. Come on. Why would it have to be this big to be effective? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see where I can put it down in there and pierce this.
What is he doing?
You know, put it down into here.
Oh my God.
I don't think. Funny. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is ridiculous. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. Because it's black, but it won't always. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it might. I don't even. I'll bet you the science behind it, there won't be an echo at all. I mean, it's an echo chamber or dampening. But I want to. If Shannon's not even going to come in, that's the problem. I won't even be able to talk.
Where did you need me?
Okay, Shannon, I want to ask you something. I have an anti-echo thing, not the delay, nothing to do with the codec itself. This is literally the acoustics of the room. Whatchamacallit, JoJo recommended I put this on the mic. It's a giant fucking thing, but I want to know, does it sound more acoustically
Okay, Brenda, we're going to come right to you after the break,
okay? Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
No, seriously, it's supposed to take out all room echo and openings, and it's supposed to mimic a studio.
Okay, we're going to come right after the break.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell from it not being there, but I'm sure it's fine.
No, what I'm saying is I'm going to count to 10 with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to take it off and put the old one, the original on. Hold on. Here's the original. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Gosh, I like that one better.
You like this one better.
Yeah, there seems to be more frequency response, and I guess I could imagine that what it is doing is cutting down on the frequencies that are most likely to be reflected off of any flat surface.
Okay, now I'm going to put the echo dampener back on, and I'm going to do the segment, and I just want you to see what you think of it in general.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, I'm going to put it on right. Hold on, it's not on yet. I'm going to put it on. Okay, it's on right now.
Very nice.
Was there a difference?
Yeah.
So you're saying, though, it takes out the high and low.
Yeah, something's missing. That is crazy. I wonder where JoJo's getting those condoms.
It's called Chaotica, and it's if you can see it on camera, it's giant. It's like a basketball.
I would have assumed that's the medication you're on, Chaotica.
Ripped off.
I want your opinion.
Bad news.
Yes, sir.
Get advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. We got a lot of active problems going on here today. One thing that really breaks my heart is when people buy cars and literally it leads to bankruptcy. Young people buy a car as is. They buy an extended warranty thinking it will cover the problems. The car seizes, the engine's bad, maybe 50 or 100 miles after you buy it. And then you go to the dealer and the dealer says, oh, this isn't covered, because most of the time, these extended warranties have exclusions that get them out of paying anything. That's why these extended warranties, in my opinion, aren't worth crap. So now the person has a car they can't drive, they have to make their payments, and they have to get to work, they have to get another car. They're really and truly, literally, cars have been responsible for early bankruptcies in young people's lives. So please don't buy a used car without having it thoroughly checked out. And I mean thoroughly checked out. You have to have it checked out from top to bottom. Sheridan Auto Tech is one of the places that does it, but get it checked out from an expert. So I'm not going back to Vanessa right now. We need to do some battle. AutoNation is saying it's not covered in a warranty. It overheated. And now they say they can't find the car. They can't find it. They don't know where it is. So all I'm saying is this. If one recurring problem happens on this show over and over and over, it is buying a used car as is and expecting the dealer to fix it, expecting it to be fixed. And it's not. And therefore, now you literally have nothing to drive. Okay. Now, those guys on YouTube are probably making fun of my new mic cover because it's covering up literally my entire face. It's as big as a basketball, but I'm going to try it to see, rather than cater to YouTube, I'm going to see what it sounds like. So, Brenda has an issue with an apartment. Brenda, I thank you for your patience. What's going on with you, Brenda? What's happening with your apartment?
Well, I moved in the Renewal Village apartment.
What's the name of the village?
Renewal Village, located at 200 West Warner Place.
Okay, and is
Denver,
that in Aurora?
80216. No, Globeville.
Where is that?
Globeville.
Oh, Globeville. Gotcha. Okay. Renewal Village and what's going on?
Well, number one, HUD has passed this building. Well, first of all, I did a little investigation myself. They got $38 million to change this hotel to studio apartments.
Okay.
Studio apartments, I haven't worked in housing since 1972, but basically most of the housing quality standards are still the same.
Well, okay. When did you move into this, Brenda? When?
January the 22nd, 2025.
Okay. And are you complaining about the conditions?
Yes. It makes me sick daily. My nose bleed and everything. I do believe this
is this subsidized? Is this subsidized housing?
Yes, HUD always been passing them since 1972, which I'm complaining about HUD too. They do the same thing because this place where I am should never pass inspection.
Okay, but it did.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have, and what do you think is causing all these health problems with you?
Well, I do believe, I know it's mold and rust because I have some in my room.
Tell me what's going on.
What
do you think is going on? You've lived there since January. What kind of health problems? Are you saying there's mold? What is the problem?
Well, I am physically disabled. I have multiple disabilities, walking, breathing, heart problems, lung problems.
Brenda, did you have those problems before you moved in?
Yes, that's why I asked for an ADA unit. Yes, I've been having those problems before I moved in.
Okay. And did this place make those problems worse?
Yes.
How?
Well, first of all, this is not an ADA unit.
What do you mean AD? What do you mean Americans with Disability unit?
Yes.
Okay. What would make it an ADA unit? Tell me what is not there.
Okay, the bathroom.
What about it?
The bathroom, the tub is about more than 12, about 18 inches high. It's hard for me to get in the tub. They do have rails, no emergency button, no emergency string. When I fell fried in the tub.
Why did you move in? Didn't you go look at it first?
No, I did not, and that's why I told them the lease is not valid because I signed
Well,
the lease.
actually,
and
it
then
is valid. If you signed it, it's valid. Why do you say it's not valid?
because you're supposed to have a move-in report, investigation report, report before you sign a lease.
All right, Brenda,
I did
that's
not
not
sign.
true. Brenda,
Yes.
that's not true. So I can't let you go on believing things that aren't true. Because if you want to get real help, I got to tell you the real truth. If you signed the lease and you moved in, you're stuck in that lease unless we can show that it is dangerous to your health and you need to move out. But where would you move if you moved out? In other words, where were you living before this?
From place to place.
Okay, and
I
have
did
you
not have
always
a permanent home.
had subsidized housing?
Since I've been in Denver, no. I moved here in '96, rented a home for my sister.
When did you move? When did you start subsidized housing?
Well, HUD and the City of Denver Housing Authority, they gave me some fraudulent vouchers, and I do say they were
When
fraudulent.
did you start having the rent paid by someone else? When did you start on subsidized housing? Just tell me that part.
In January the 2nd, 1997, and I
Okay.
never found.
So you've
Okay.
been on subsidized housing since 1997.
Yes.
Okay. And this is the first time that you've had a problem with an apartment?
No, it isn't.
Okay. You know, Brenda, what do you want right now? How about we start there? What do you want? What can we do to help you?
Have a safe place to live. My doctor is affiliated with the coalition at Scout Street Clinic. Her letter dated February the 12th.
Okay.
11th.
Okay, you want a safe place to live. Tell me what that means. I really need to know what do you mean a safe place to live? Like one that is what? Tell me and do they have a safe place for you to live? Maybe they don't have one that'll meet your standards. So you might have to find a private one somewhere that's not subsidized. Brenda, I don't want to give you a hard time, but we need to talk in reality. And here's the reality. Okay, you're living in a place that's paid for by someone else. You've been living in subsidized housing since '97, and you're telling me that it's making you sick and you need something that's healthy. What does a healthy place look like to you? Are there any of them around that you could ask to move into? Have you looked at any?
Well, this is the second time I've lived in an apartment. I don't like apartment living.
What do you normally
I do
live
not
in?
like
What do you normally live in?
a house. A house.
And who is when was the last time you lived in a house?
October of 2010.
Okay. And when you lived in a house back then, how was the rent paid?
The rent was paid by me and government assistance.
Okay. And were you working at the time or were you on disability?
I'm on disability.
Okay. So in 2010, when you stopped living in a single family house, why? What happened at that time where they moved you into an apartment?
They did not move me into an apartment in 2010. I've been living with relatives
Okay,
since then.
gotcha. So you moved out of subsidized housing for a while, and then you moved back. And when you moved back in, that's when you moved into an apartment?
Yes.
Okay. So right now, have you asked the housing authority or who's ever in charge if they have any other units available?
Well, they said they do, but they haven't offered me one yet.
Okay. And you've been in here since January. And
yes.
And when did you start realizing you had a problem?
Within 30 minutes after I signed the contract, me and my case manager went to inspect the apartment, and I sat on the bed. The wood frame broke, and I was injured.
Okay,
Within
hold
30
on
minutes
a
after
second.
I signed.
Hold on a second. We'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
Huh?
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one.
Yeah, a little muffled, yeah.
A little
Hire
muffled.
everything.
Does it sound better?
Card is at
worse,
table
or would you
27
rather
and they're
have the
earning
old
unlimited 3.
Old system.
Okay, I'm taking this off.
This is so nice.
Thank you.
A feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Vestera Turnkey. They help you become a landlord and take out the risks and hassles. You see, what they do is they help identify properties in hot markets around the country. No, Denver's not one of them. They go to markets where you get great value when you buy a home and get great rents when you rent it. They help you identify the property and buy the property through their broker assistance. Then they have management companies you deal with to rent it out. And then they help you sell the property for incredible returns. In fact, I want you to check out the program, MyBiggestReturn.com. Hey, ZeroResDenver.com. That is the place to go if you want to have your carpets cleaned without poisonous chemicals and toxic soaps and emulsifiers. That's really what carpet cleaning is, unless you use ZeroRes. ZeroRes uses purified, softened water, the best cleaning agent in nature. And they will clean your carpets. They'll stay clean longer. They dry faster because they use less water, and they use a healthy method. ZeroResDenver.com can even improve the air quality in your home. Your carpet is the biggest air filter in your home. Why have it saturated with chemicals? Don't do it. Take out the past residue from past cleanings and the allergens and pathogens with ZeroRes, the only carpet cleaner I'll have in my home. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. I started Wave 8 Wealth Management because I was sick and tired of advisors saying they're helping me invest my money, they're helping my nest egg grow, when all they really wanted to do is sell me insurance or sell me an annuity or sell me another product. They push what they have. I wanted someone well-rounded. I wanted someone who had their money invested along with mine. I wanted someone who truly looked after my portfolio. I couldn't find one, so I started the company. If you want someone to truly look after your portfolio day by day, someone who knows you, and they don't just place you with a giant investor, then join me, wave8capital.com, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357.
Do you feel...
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if some problem got back to somebody where they talked about an echo. That was probably what was going on, right?
They were not.
An echo?
Now they were not. Remember, they're not talking about a delay or anything or echo in the signal. They were talking about acoustically that the room sounded hollow.
Huh.
So what I'm asking you is, right now I don't have this anti-echo device on. It's truly the size of a volleyball. Okay.
Saw it. Yep.
And so what it does is it creates a mini room. That's what it's doing. It's literally taking the mic and putting it inside a foam room. But what I'm asking you is, you didn't notice enough difference in quality to matter.
I didn't like the difference in quality.
Okay. You did notice it, but you didn't like it.
Yep.
That's interesting. So it took some of the dynamics out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's necessary. You don't. I mean, I don't know. Not to be a smartass, but if folks don't know by now, you have a big home. I don't.
Yeah, but you don't want it to be
different than the studio.
Yeah, but you don't want it to to be that much different.
It doesn't sound much different than the studio.
Okay, thank you.
I'm looking at 5. Okay, at least the one in front of me here. Those 5 windows are perpendicular to the microphone in there. We purposely screwed up this building when we built it in 99.
Oh, he's talking about the studio, yeah.
That this $22 million building is screwed up.
Gotcha.
If you are trying to avoid echo in a studio.
Right,
So
gotcha. No,
So the
windows.
legacy-
In fact, windows should never even be in a studio.
Or they should be angled down.
Yes,
And
exactly.
we couldn't afford to do it, and they wanted to save, at the time, about $20,000 per room on acoustic wall treatments, whether it's egg carton or, you know the foam.
Right.
They saved 20 grand per studio, but then keep in mind we had 10 studios. They didn't want to spend $250,000 putting foam on the walls of the new building, so they just let it go. If we could let it go 25 years ago, we can let it go now. It doesn't sound that bad.
Okay. Okay, so where the hell is this? Oh, okay.
.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. The Art of Granite is with us in the house, theartofgranite.com. And Mitch gives prices on the phone. Mitch, I got a text and wants to know, can you give a price on the phone if it's more than just a countertop and maybe more involved? In other words, what are your limitations to giving prices on the phone? Because I think that's one of the coolest things you do. You know, somebody calls up for a granite or quartzite or marble or whatever. They call for a countertop. How do you do that pricing on the phone? And when is it difficult to do that? Mitch Floria, theartofgranite.com. Mitch?
If they're only far from the showroom, we can swing by and check it out at their house. But otherwise, sure. Yeah, it gets a little tricky sometimes if the project is big enough that may require an additional slab. And so then prices can change quickly because now we need to get so much more material. That's if they choose the slabs from the local suppliers. But then if they visit our showroom and find slabs in our yard, that's not a problem. We'll cut into that second slab and, you know, they will cover their layout. But then, yeah, with pricing, if they share a basic layout, a rough sketch and pictures, that's really what it takes.
Okay, so here's what I want to ask. Does a picture sometimes, a pic on the cell phone, can that help you price it out if it's different angles and stuff? Do you ever ask for a pic?
That helps a lot. Pictures help a lot, yes. So besides the rough measurement that we would like to get from them, picture, we can see, what type of countertops they have, if they have any backsplashes, if they want to replace the backsplashes, where the sink is located, the cooktop. So yes, a picture is great. Yes.
Okay, theartofgranite.com. Mitch Floria. I'll go back to some text in a minute here. I want to go back to Brenda. Brenda, listen, here's the situation. We don't have a perfect system, obviously, for those with disabilities, for helping them with apartments. We often get complaints from people who are living in subsidized housing for quality, okay? This is not an uncommon complaint. Do you think that the place you are living in can be fixed, or do you think you need to move to a new place?
I think it could be fixed. The health department then already gave them 30 days to make the repairs to my
So
unit.
you had the health department actually come to your place?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And what did the health department recommend?
Number one, they had no screens to the window, which it has to have screens.
Okay. What else?
According to the housing.
Okay.
The bathroom, I don't know what all, but I know he gave them 30 days.
Okay.
I didn't ask
and what's
him
going to
what
happen? What's going to happen if they don't do it in 30 days? What happens?
I don't know what they'll do because I don't know, but I do know that the manager come to my room. It's not no studio apartment; it's a room. But she did say that they have ordered the screens, and I told them they had claimed they had ordered the screens over 3 months ago.
Okay, do you think we should give them more time? What do you want us to do today? Do you want us to call them for you?
No, they discussed the bathtub because it's not an ADA unit. I was supposed to be in an ADA unit. It's not an ADA.
All right. Hey, Deputy
And
Doc,
I've been following
what do
it.
you say we call over to them and see if they can get her in an ADA unit? That's really what it boils down to. I mean, you know, the woman wants an ADA unit. Again, here's the thing. We don't have a perfect system, as I said, okay? And the complaints we're getting with people on subsidies is that the housing is substandard, okay? That's bottom line. Hers is one of accessibility. I don't think it's unreasonable. So we're going to have Deputy Doc. You are there, right, Doc, or not? Did he step out?
No, he stepped out. Can we have Dimitri on it?
Yeah, we can have Dimitri call over there, but yes, we can. I thought Doc had a contact over there, but it's just really a quick phone call to see if they have any ADA units available. She just wants a tub she's able to get in and out of. Go ahead.
Tom, during this conversation, I've been reading the website from the city of Denver describes what Renewal Village is.
What is it?
It's 215 studio apartments, and it's designed for intensive supportive services that will be provided for chronic health conditions, mental health issues, trauma, and other disabled conditions.
Supportive.
Yeah, and they actually have case managers assigned to all the residents.
Okay, cool.
So my recommendation is that Brenda discusses this with her case manager, and if not, then of course we could discuss it.
Right, or at least call the case manager.
Yeah.
Brenda, did ask her if she knows she has a case manager? I mean, look, I know
the first case.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The first case manager was Ethan Eyre, E-R-R.
You don't need to give me names and spellings. That doesn't matter. You do have a case manager, yes or no?
I do, and I've been reporting this since January the 22nd, 2025, 30 minutes after I moved in there.
So do you think that your case manager is kind of irresponsible?
Well, he's no longer here. I have a new case manager.
How's the new case manager?
I gave him 10 days about a month ago to a request for a different thing, ADA unit.
Okay.
I showed him my doctor's letter that was dated February
that's what it boils
11,
down to. Okay, hold on. That's really what it boils down to. That's really what it boils down to, Dimitri. Mm-hmm. She just wants an ADA unit. I mean, look. There are a lot of people. I'm getting the texts. I always do. She should be happy. I wish I had rent subsidies. I wish I could be supported since 2010. What is wrong with these people? I get all those texts. Okay. I'm going to put that right out there. We get those texts all the time. Now, to some extent, I do believe people who are given and granted government subsidies and government help should be grateful. However, she's not asking for something impossible. She's asking for accessibility to her tub. I mean, that's one of the main units. And so let's just ask if they have an ADA unit available. Now, Deputy Bo has a comment on this issue. Go ahead, Bo.
Brenda, if she can't get things worked out, I've got the names of two really good apartment buildings, fairly new, that have ADA accessible standards, bathrooms, and they're government subsidized. And I could give her the names. They're on South Federal. I've been to both of them, and they're fairly new units. I think she ought to just move.
Deputy Bo, do you know, I don't know, and I'm asking you, do you know the process for transferring from one apartment to another when you have a subsidy? Is it as easy as saying, I want to move?
She has to get permission from Section 8 housing, and she just needs to call and say, I'm not happy here. Well, the apartment's deplorable, or it's not ADA compliant, and then they will approve if it's valid, they will approve the voucher transfer, and she can use it in these other
All right.
tools.
Hold on a sec. Hey, Kachina, if you could you let's give this to Deputy Bo to just make a quick call to see if she can either get a unit in there that's compliant or maybe move to another one. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
Oh, did you just go to break? I couldn't hear you because
Yes, I did.
Sorry, mic was on and I don't have headphones.
Michael Brown,
My fault.
Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk Podcast.
Yeah, lunch hour drive shaping up pretty well for us. You got some volume in place on 270 out of Commerce City, I-70 west from 270 heading back towards Brighton, even 225 a little slow south through Aurora, and I-25 a little congestion through downtown. No big problem spots as far as accidents. Currently, we're looking at a closure on I-70 coming down Floyd Hill. Rock scaling continues there. And it looks like that may last till about 3 p.m. And if you're going further west, we've had a closure on I-70 in between Copper and Vale. They've let some of the traffic get through, but it looks like it is shut down as they're detouring down Highway 91. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
I'm Buzz Knight, and I host the Taking a Walk podcast. Join me for an upcoming episode with a musician from the great indie band AJR, Adam Met. That's Adam Met on the Taking a Walk podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, I have a couple very timely spots. We had that hail damage last night and the night before, really, really making a lot of mess. And if you were hit with hail, don't fall for the scam roofers that come out of the woodwork and knock on your door. We also have the heat coming, and that's going to put an extra tax on your AC unit. So please get your AC up and ready to go. First, let's talk about roofing. Excel Roofing is one of the only roofers where you have zero risk of any problems. Why? Because Excel Roofing doesn't take a cent until you're content. No other roofer can brag that. In fact, there's no penalty clause. If you change your mind, they don't believe in keeping customers hostage. They believe in serving customers, and customers want to stay. Excel as in excellent, EXCEL, for complete roofs, for repairs, for maintenance, for leak detection and repairs. Excel, EXCEL, excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. Now, getting that AC up, get that AC cleaned, deep cleaned, checked, and tuned with Fix-It 24/7. As the name implies, Fix-It wants to keep you from replacing expensive units. So they do this deep clean of dirt and debris, which is the number one killer of AC. So you'll add efficiency to your AC and longevity to its life. That's fixmyhome.com. Book now. And if you're ever told you need a replacement, they do free second opinions. That's right, a free second opinion from a company I know and trust. You can too. Fixmyhome.com. Book now. How much time do I have?
Oh, it's 4 minutes. Get out.
Hey, Tom?
Hey, Tom, you still there for a quick question from Doc?
He just stepped out for a minute. But I'll tell him that Doc was...
Yeah, let me know when he comes back, D.
Gosh, he's pretty quick for his age. Spry, they'd say.
Spry.
Oh, my God. He did say boat, right?
What's he got on me? 12, 13 years? I hope I'm doing as well.
What are you talking about?
I think Tom is about 12 years older than me.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't even know how old I am. I round up all the time.
I know, that's also how you handle a bar tab. It's just round up.
Do you know that, I swear to God, it confuses the crap out of every doctor I've ever gone to because my birthday and my age don't match because I always round up. So I'm always a year older than I actually am.
All right.
So, because I'm going to be 53 in 2 weeks, I'm telling everybody I'm 54.
God, on this show, you are just a kid.
What are you?
60. Sniffing 60.
59.
Yep, and a half.
Oh, the half is important.
It's funny how the half is important when you're under 10 and over 50.
Oh my God.
Take it easy over there.
I am trying. If I take it any more easy, I'd be dead. Alright, so it's not Dimitri, it's Bo.
I'm trying to slip it to the knee. You know me.
You were trying. You angled it away from Doc. All right. Who's winning? Damn it.
No.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show.
No.
I'm
Good afternoon, Troubleshooter Show. Did you want to talk to Tom?
What
and the gang?
commercial?
An iHeartRadio station.
We're coming back. Mark, Tom isn't here yet.
Hey, Tom Martino here at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Well, let's talk to David with Skyline Mitsubishi. David, what's going on, sir?
How are you? I'm hoping you can help me after what you said about the last person with a car problem. I bought a used vehicle at Skyline Mitsubishi.
What did you buy?
Owner. 2013 Dodge Ram 1500.
Okay, and what's going on with it?
13,000 cash.
How much? 13?
13,000 cash.
Got it.
When I live way out in Hartselle. I don't know if you know where Hartselle is, but I live in Hartselle.
I actually don't know where it is.
I picked up the vehicle. It's the geographical center of Colorado.
Oh, really?
About
cool.
20 miles southeast of Fairplay.
Okay.
Middle of nowhere. It's the high plains.
So what's going
on? I bought the vehicle on a Thursday. I drove it home. It's a 2.5-hour ride. I got home. I parked the vehicle. I didn't drive it again until Sunday morning. When I did, the check engine light came on. When I had the codes checked, it was the coolant not getting up to proper temperature.
Why didn't you? Let me ask you something, David. I asked this a million times, and I really need to ask this. Why didn't you have this car checked out before you bought it by an independent mechanic?
Oh, let's see. For starters, 2.5 hours away. I have no vehicle because mine was totaled out in an accident.
David,
so I had no way of getting down there to
how
check
did you get to the dealership?
My brother drove 2.5 hours to pick me up to bring me down there.
You know, you keep talking about 2.5 hours like it's an excuse. And by the way, I'm not angry or anything, but I have to tell you, it's not an excuse, Barrow. You're buying a $13,000 vehicle, and it should occur. How many miles were on this?
160.
Oh, come on, man! You had to have thought with 160,000 miles. Okay. So let's just skip past that. So what's wrong with the car? Let's just get right to it. What's wrong with it?
They replaced the thermostat. They replaced the sensors, gave me the vehicle back. 2 days later, check engine light came on, same exact code, same exact issue. I brought it back to them. They said that it wasn't a thermostat or the sensors, that it was an engine issue, that they knew it was going on. By the extended warranty, it will cover the engine. They said when the check engine light comes back on, let them know, bring it down to them. They'll get a new engine put into it. Check engine light came back on. The vehicle wouldn't even start. When I had somebody come and tow the vehicle, they brought it down to Skyline. I talked to the manager in the service department. He told me that the engine had failed, that it was shot, needed to be replaced. When I spoke to them about the warranty, they said the warranty doesn't take effect for 30 days. When I was told different than that.
Okay, but hold on, David, you were told. What did it say in the warranty that you bought? You said you were told, but what did it say in the warranty? Did it say that it took effect immediately, or did it hide that from you? Was it possible, if you read the warranty or the contract, you would have seen where it takes effect in 30 days? I'm just curious, because they told you to buy it.
Anywhere on the Yep, they told me to buy it. They told me that it would take effect immediately. When I went over.
No, I'm asking you, does the contract say when it takes effect?
No.
Okay. Get me a copy of that contract. If it doesn't say when it takes effect, then it takes effect immediately. Let's just move on. There's no sense talking to people who have buried themselves. I want to help. I swear to God, David, I want to help. But you want to know who I'm helping, really? I'm helping the thousands of people listening to try to not make the same mistake. But I pledge you this, David. If that contract does not talk about taking effect, if it doesn't talk about it, then we're going to fight with Skyline for you, okay? So please, Kachina, tell him there's hope. He says he has an extended warranty, and it doesn't say anything at all about taking effect in 30 days. Deputy D, what do you think about that? Do you think that's a miracle? What do you think? Do you think it'll have anything in there about taking effect or not?
You know, I've read a whole bunch of these now, and some have that clause, some don't. And one that I encountered actually has a blackout period for, I think it was a month or maybe even 2 months.
So you're saying that you have seen actual extended warranties that don't talk about the effective date?
Yeah, they're effective on the date they're purchased.
Well, okay, so that's the effective date.
Yeah, that's the effective date.
Got it.
Right? And some
I don't think
there's a blackout period.
I don't think there's ever one that doesn't talk about effective date.
Well, I think you and I are maybe discussing two different things. The effective date, and then I was talking about a blackout period. I think.
No, I get it. Which delays the effective date.
Exactly. So let's see what this particular policy says.
But either way, there's going to be an effective date in it, one way or another.
Also, if he has, regardless of what the warranty says, if he has some kind of a text or an email from the dealer saying, hey, buy this warranty, and then we can put in a claim for a new engine for you, then that's the contract he has with the dealer.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
I doubt that he has anything in writing.
Exactly. But it could be, that's fraudulent. They talked him into buying a warranty that's, if he could prove that. David, do you have anything like a text or anything that talks about buying this warranty and it'll help you out? I mean, they sold it to you after they knew you had a problem. They were committing fraud, I believe. I believe the dealer was committing fraud.
The
Yeah.
The salesman that sold me the vehicle, I actually have text messages from him stating that purchase this warranty, your vehicle will be covered, and we will replace your engine.
Great. Can you, okay, we want copies of that too, along with the warranty. David, you might have a rare case where we can force them to do something. If you have text saying, hey, we know you're having a problem, buy this warranty, it'll cover it, or anything like that, God, will that help us? Will that help us? But still, people, I want to tell people listening, still, don't rely on text messages and emails. Everything must be stated in a contract in writing. Here's the other thing. Even if the effective date of the extended warranty was immediately, even if it was, it still has to be a covered item. So if the warranty says no pre-existing conditions, guess what? It's not going to be covered anyway. So we got a number of problems here to try to help David, but he seems to have some ammunition that might help. Hang on, we got more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
Normal slowdowns through the downtown area for drivers this Wednesday afternoon. I-25 northbound speeds in the 40s and 50s between Alameda and Colfax, with some stop and go on the 6th Avenue eastbound off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Slow traffic starts at Federal. Through Commerce City, some usual stop and go both directions, I-270 east and westbound approaching Vasquez. Some good news over on the west end. A crash C-470 eastbound at Alameda Parkway has been all cleared up. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson.
What
all the
spots do I
headlines
have?
from Trump's Oval Office.
Oh, son of a bitch. Hang on.
Can you just tell me, man?
Hang on. I'm doing something. I got to scroll down to see the Red Rocks. God damn it. Hang on. I screwed up.
PR was.
I know. I stopped paying attention to the show. Red Rocks and QC. Okay.
Got it.
And retirement planning.
Got
Sorry, it's those three. Thank you.
Got it.
Fully managed, safe, and secure. Find out more on the Vestera Turnkey Show, Saturday mornings at 8 on Talk Radio 630 KHOW.
You know, this is the season where you see how valuable your quiet, cool, whole house fan is. QCcolorado.com. Man, is it important that you use your whole house fan. You can use it in the mornings and evenings instead of AC, or you can use it to destratify and level out the temperatures in your home from bottom to top, which puts less strain on your AC. Either way, you'll be saving money with QCcolorado.com. It's a wonderful system and one that I hope you get. I've had two systems and I love them. I save a ton of money on AC. You will too. Get it before the extreme heat. QCcolorado.com. 303-800-3419. QCcolorado.com. 303-800-3419. And speaking of saving energy or lowering energy bills, what about a solar system? You know what? Red Rocks Roof and Solar is all about solar. They're a real solar company, not this BS. These are people that don't just sell it, they also install it and service it. They know every element of your solar system and can help you with it. That's what I love about them. They're a real solar company. Most solar companies are just bull crap. That's what they are. They sell units and they know nothing about them. Get redrocksrs.com. 303-704-2449. If you're looking for
Dimitri should have just jumped in.
If you're looking for... Okay.
Say it. Go. You're live.
If you're looking for retirement income, or you're looking to get ready for retirement, rpcenter.com, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, can help you. That's rpcenter.com. Their hallmark are annuities for fixed indexed annuities with no risk and continued growth in income through retirement. If you're interested in that product or other kinds of income, call them at 970-663-3211, rpcenter.com. They can help with other elements of retirement too, like passing on your business to a loved one or to maybe sell your business. 970-663-3211, rpcenter.com.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
I'm back, bro.
All right, now only 2.5 minutes, but please talk to Doc for the love of God.
Doc?
Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Tom?
Yes, sir.
I called up Auto Nation about that the car they couldn't find.
Right.
So I called three different people. Three different people put me on hold and never picked up the phone again. So I am really pissed.
Oh, man.
So first of all, I want to go on the air and say that. Secondly, I'm going to go there tomorrow morning before the show and talk to somebody in person and find out where this damn Jeep is. They can't just say it disappeared.
No, they can't. They can't.
So I'm going to go in. They live all the way up in Lakewood. So I'm going to go down on my way to the show tomorrow morning and confront them and see what's going on. But I want to go on the air and let people know that Auto Nation put you on hold 3 different times and never answered, never picked up the phone again.
Okay. Crazy stuff.
Tom, thank you for the pizza. It's fantastic. The amount of cheese on it is...
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's very nice of you. Do you want some coffee?
Next time around. I mean, yeah, so I still have some of this soda. That's the Tim down
Yeah, just take it back to the airport, and then basically you guys...
Did he get our email address to send the paperwork to?
Yeah.
Oh, why is he still on then? Are we
David?
we're holding on to him for a minute?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other guy that
No,
kept calling.
didn't know that guy.
Hey, David, let me give you the email address for you to send the paperwork over. It is help.
All right, here you go.
I have a lot of cancer.
Starts a new tour and joins the show Wednesday on Ryan Schuling Live.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're researching that problem with Skyline Mitsubishi. I want to see those text messages, and I want to see the warranty. So keep David up there until we can look at that. Meanwhile, JR has a comment on, or has a question on car warranties. Go ahead, JR.
I have a comment. Now, you're my troubleshooter, correct?
That's what I think
That's what
I am.
you advertise.
Yeah.
And you're good. You're good. Okay. And your last commercial, a couple of commercials about 5 minutes ago, was a car warranty. Why do you advertise?
Okay.
You don't,
well, I can tell you that. I can tell you.
Car warranty.
Well, I can tell you
Okay,
that, JR. If you want to stop and listen, I will tell you. I don't have control.
Go ahead.
I don't have control over iHeart commercials that run during my show. I am not that powerful. I don't own iHeart. I don't own the station. So what I do have control over are the local commercials that we do and what I endorse. So what I do is come on the air and talk about everything. I talk honestly and openly about it, whether they advertise or not. So that what you heard, that it's like, you know, it's like, let's say somebody on Channel 9. Let's say somebody on Channel 9 is doing the news. They don't have control over the commercials that air on that station. Now, I do have some control, but not over the big spots that are sold by iHeart. There's nothing I can do about that. But what I can do is when I have a problem with those companies or when we discuss warranties, I don't let that interfere with my opinion of them. I tell the truth. And I'm telling you that extended warranties and warranties on cars are not worth the money. That's my opinion. And I stick by that opinion.
Okay, with that last commercial too, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't even hear it. I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening, by the way.
I don't think, JR, I don't think you're listening. We have nothing to do with those commercials, okay? I mean, that's the only way we can put it.
I heard that. It's just the appearance. That's all. Just the appearance.
I know, no, and he's right. JR's right. As far as JR's concerned, he has one box that my voice comes out of, and right after I start talking or stop talking, then he hears a commercial about a warranty and he gets confused. He says,
then wait a second. Then right before an election, when there's 8 million different...
No, I know.
It makes no sense. Just like you said, Channel Fox 31, Channel 9, Channel 7, anything on Sirius Radio, people pay for commercials. If they didn't, we wouldn't have a goddamn show.
Yeah. Well, we do the best we can, JR, but thanks for bringing it up.
Nice.
Lord.
And I feel bad, David, with what was his problem with the car? Oh, that his brother had to drive 2.5 miles.
He made a good point, and Tom.
He's going to have to go to the public. He's going to have to go to the public library to email us.
In the middle of nowhere.
Well, then that would say people that listen to the show are just retarded, Doc.
Oh gosh.
He does have.
Do you watch channel? Who watches Channel 9? And goes, oh, well, they just advertise for the fucking MyPillow or whatever it is. I mean, no one does that.
So what does the crowd want at the Karen Reed murder trial?
Oh, what happened?
What are they waving their hands about?
What happened? What was the verdict?
I don't know. Are they pissed off that she's white?
No, I'm not. I don't know.
I don't know if she's guilty or not.
Spitballing here.
No, a lot of... Where are they at? They're in
Ohio?
Yeah, Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts.
Dedham, Massachusetts.
Oh my God, that guy needs to be fired.
Will she?
Is she really going to star in the next version of Frozen?
What got frozen?
So what was the issue? I don't even know what the case you're talking about. What is it?
The thing Mark was talking about yesterday, day before, with the couple arguing at a party.
Oh.
Girl takes off, possibly drove over her boyfriend.
Okay,
they find boyfriend frozen on the lawn.
Jesus Christ. Oh, he died overnight, right?
He literally was frozen.
Yep.
Like, we're talking... like the shining frozen.
You can play quarters off of his forehead. Think. Now what? They're pulling a sheet out of the envelope. Judge is looking at it. Probably going to hand it back to the bailiff. Does the bailiff read that? Yeah, bailiff. Or the jury president, whatever. What do they call the person they put in charge? Foreman.
Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So
not
say you, Mr.
guilty.
Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree? Do all of you agree?
They used to be hung. Now they're not.
002.
They found her not guilty?
Guess not. Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Are you shitting
Didn't
me?
see that one coming.
No.
Didn't see that one coming.
It's not guilty. All right. Guess she's available, boys.
Did you think she should be guilty?
He's on the phone buying another house.
I thought, what happened to the one they had?
Well, why not get two? If you can afford it, get another.
You know, I've always thought that unless you are there for the whole trial and listen to all the testimony, you can't decide whether someone is guilty or innocent based upon fragmented pieces of the trial that you get.
It's still kind of fun to throw out conjecture and guess and a bet and a whatever.
I disagree.
Looks like she's not guilty. Well,
she's smiling and hugging everybody. There she goes. There she goes.
Both actually will get picked up when we, well, no, actually just going back to the airport, I should say. Oh, okay, that works. And then what time's the breakfast usually start? 6:30? Okay, and then on Saturday? Okay, thanks, bye. Not guilty.
Sure.
Mark.
What was she found guilty of?
Not wearing headphones. Want me to try to
No,
get
it's
them?
okay. It's not a big deal.
Oh, but you don't know the name of the company?
What were people protesting about, Shannon, on that? The women, what were they saying?
Who
So
at
she got-
the Reed
the
thing?
only
I just see that
conviction was
there's a
drunk
huge
driving?
crowd
I don't
outside.
understand.
People, you know what? I'm not seeing their reaction now, like if they're happy or not. Probably happy. Let's see. Are they jumping up and down? Nope. The helicopter zoomed out now. I can't tell.
Yeah, okay. So she's innocent, but she was drunk, and she admitted she was drunk.
Okay. Video's freezing up. There's like a couple of hands in the air. Nope, those are phones. Oh, there's one chick pumping her fist. Maybe they're excited that the girl killed the guy and she got off. That's probably what the deal is. It's like an OJ deal, but with chicks.
Let's split up that pizza so we don't waste it. I'll never eat it. I'll take
What?
a few for later.
Do they seem upset, Kelly?
I'm not saying a freaking thing.
You don't know about the case?
I do.
Oh, so Tom's asking, how is the
Yeah,
crowd
like what are the
reacting? Why is
women?
there-
What's the women's angle in this?
Well, she obviously ran him over and left him for dead.
And the women are saying good.
I think you should say allegedly. In your opinion.
I'm not gonna say allegedly.
Are the women saying good for her, or are they saying she should have been prosecuted? What's the story?
I hope not. I hope they're saying she should have been prosecuted.
No, they're.
She
Tom
was
is asking about
she
the
was
crowd outside,
prosecuted.
Why they're pumping their fist? What's going
She
on?
was prosecuted. Jesus
Yeah, she was
Christ.
prosecuted. The jury
Hello?
found her innocent.
Listen, you didn't hire Kelly for her wit.
No,
Here we go.
of
Stand
course
by.
not.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. This hour brought to you by theartofgranite.com. Mitch Floria is with us as a guest. And I always brag about how Mitch can give you prices on the phone for your countertop or island pricing or whatever you need. And he does that because Tear Out and Holloway is always free, and wholesale on countertop materials. And also, he just does prices on the phone. So, Mitch, how close do you come to those prices on the phone?
Well, the more information we get from the homeowners and pictures, the more accurate the price is. But of course, the slabs are not all the same price, so it varies, per natural stone or coarse or different groupings, right?
Yeah. So after you give a price on the phone, a rough estimate, then you go out to the house and template. Is that the next step?
Yeah, easy process. We schedule an appointment. We go out and measure, make those final patterns, templates, and takes a week for the guys to cut it, polish it. We'll bring it back, and all the work is done one day. Even if we need to tear out, although a lot of times homeowners are getting new cabinets, as part of a larger remodel, but it's a one-day process in their home.
Wow. So you mean in addition to the measuring, it's one day to get the construction done?
Yes, everything from, installation of the countertops, the backsplash, the plumbing, hook up the sinks and faucets. We do that as well.
And you do all kinds of natural stone and man-made materials. If you have any questions for Mitch, he's here today. 303-386-5919 is his number at the shop when he's not here. 386-5919. We love doing business with Mitch. He's been doing it for years and years and years. So let's talk to Frank on the phone. If you guys have calls, you can call us right now at 303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466. That number works 24/7 as well. Frank, what's going on with you?
Hi, Tom. I just wanted to thank you ever so much for a referral you made to my wife about 2 weeks ago. It had to do with a defective shower door handle, and you recommended Dimitri Cerdik?
Yeah, Dimitri, Deputy D, we call him. What was the issue?
He is one of your deputies.
Let's recap the issue. What was the original issue?
It's a metal. It's a glass door, but it has a metal handle, and the metal handle kind of came loose. And so Dimitri came out the first time, and he had a little Allen wrenches, and he got it tightened.
You actually went out and fixed it, Dimitri.
It came apart again.
My God,
so
Dimitri,
he called, and he came right back out, but he brought some Loctite.
That is definitely beyond the Call of Duty. Listen to that, Mark. Dimitri literally took a wrench out there and fixed it.
Frank called
the first time. The second time he came back, but he brought Loctite, and that really tightened it, I hope.
Yeah, Frank, is that still holding?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well,
is it Dimitri?
If it comes loose again, give me a call again, because
I know you told me that.
What was the critter?
What will you do this time?
What
will you do the third time?
I'm going to replace the horizontal stud that set screw goes into.
Does it have any kind of mechanism for not over tightening? Because it seems to me if you over tighten a handle like that, you could crack the door.
Well, the stud goes through a hole in the glass, and then the set screw gets tightened into this horizontal stud. So
okay.
I was at no risk of damaging the glass.
Okay.
Now Mark was asking me about the critter.
What critter?
When Frank's wife first called us, they also said that their gardener had discovered some kind of like a little dugout hole next to their house. That maybe some critter.
Oh, yes, right.
Like a vole or something?
They were concerned. Well, it was bigger than a vole, but they were concerned that something might have moved into their crawl space.
What was it?
Well, nothing. I went into the crawl space. It was pitch black in there. There was no daylight. So I think some kind of a critter made a little bed next to their house and spent the night.
Right. Anyway, he is the nicest, kindest man.
He is a great guy.
So keep him.
No, Frank, thank you for giving us feedback. We do appreciate that. Props to D. Deputy D does a great job. And now we have time for your calls. We've been so busy every single second of this day. Now we have open lines for the first time, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Let me talk about AutoNation.
Okay, let's put this in perspective. The woman that called with the problem was AutoNation. What was the problem? It was they have this 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee. The engine blew. 2013? Okay. The engine blew, and what happened was they had 108,000 miles on it. I said, why didn't you get it checked, blah, blah, blah. And they said, because we had an extended warranty and thought that would cover it. But the warranty won't cover it because they said they ran it hot and it overheated. And I said, what we have to do before we do anything is at least have one of our experts look at it to see if there's anything apparent that went wrong before it overheated. Because if there's something wrong with the engine that should be covered under warranty, we want to know. And Dale, the dad, and Dawn, the daughter, said, we can't find our car. They don't know where it is. And I said, well, of course they do. So we had Deputy Doc call over there. Go ahead, Doc.
And what really got me upset, Tom, I called 3 different people in the service department. All 3 put me on hold and never came back, which I thought was really obnoxious.
It is
what
obnoxious.
I'm going to do, I'm going to go
totally
down tomorrow.
Obnoxious.
Tomorrow morning before the show, I'm going to go down in person and find out where they hid a 2013 Jeep. Unless it's, maybe it's David Blaine doing a magic trick and hiding it, but they've got to know where the car is.
No, really, you let us know about that tomorrow when you go over there. This is incredible. She hasn't had her car for how long?
I think about 2 weeks, I think.
And they put you on hold indefinitely.
3 different times.
Oh, my God.
So,
that's just totally unprofessional.
So we'll go down in the morning, and I will give a report when I come to the station.
Now, when they put you on hold, Doc, just a little technicality. Did you disconnect after a while, or did they disconnect?
No, they disconnected.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So these guys don't care about anything.
No, if I disconnected, I wouldn't have said anything.
Okay,
but they
gotcha.
Disconnected.
All right. So this is, which AutoNation is it? Do you know?
It's on AutoNation Subaru on Arapahoe Road.
Yeah, AutoNation. We've had complaints about them before. So people, you do with that what you do with that. When we have problems, accordingly. I mean, truly, this is getting to be epidemic proportions. I mean, people, every day we hear about people who bought a used car and they say the engine blew. And it's not just with AutoNation. It's with all kinds of people. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, we have a number of things to follow up on. First and foremost, let's follow up on the buy and build auction. Again, they do this a couple times a year where all bets are off. There is no minimum bid. And you can buy cabinets. You can buy all kinds of stuff for kitchens and baths and home improvements in general, and even non-home improvement stuff. They have some other categories. So if you go to rollerauction.com, click on the buy and build banner, Roller, R-O-L-L-E-R, rollerauction.com, click on the buy and build banner. And man, do I have bad news for Courtney. Courtney Pierce, the owner of Buy and Build, hoping to make as much as he can on this auction. That's why you have auctions. But I see so many lots of cabinets. The auction is closing at 1 o'clock. It closed, which means lot by lot, they go and close the item, and then somebody can outbid you, and then it extends for 2 minutes. But if they don't outbid you, and there are a lot of lots there, you get to get this stuff at a song. What are you finding, Courtney?
I'm finding that I'm losing my shorts, Tom. There are so many good deals that are happening right now. And granted, we're in the small stuff tool portion, and we're on saw blades right now. But we've got some flooring. The main categories that start my portion of the building material stuff is porcelain tile, and I've got porcelain tile sitting at 30 cents a square foot that is going to be sold in 9 minutes for 30 cents a square foot for A-grade 12 by 12 porcelain tile. I've got LVP flooring sitting here at 40 cents a foot. that is going to sell.
That's unheard
in
of.
The next 10
Unheard
minutes.
of.
Yeah, I mean, 10 minutes. People have 10 minutes to get on and save
When will
thousands
these
and
cabinets?
thousands of dollars.
When will these cabinets start closing? Because that is the biggest.
Cabinets start.
Yeah.
The cabinets start closing in 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes. 12 minutes until the first set closes. They're spending under $1,000 a set for full sets of kitchen cabinets.
I know. People, if you go to buy and build right now, rollerauction.com, click buy and build, and then in the search bar put cabinets. There are 9 lots of cabinets here, and I'm telling you, you can get complete sets of cabinets for under $1,000. I mean, there's one here that I mean, some of them I can't even believe. I just can't believe the buys. What I can't believe is how you're doing this without truly losing your shirt. I mean, you're just taking a gamble every time you do this.
I am taking a gamble, and it looks like today I might actually lose my shirt, which is part of the gamble. But unfortunately, it's a tough time, and people aren't spending money right now in today's society, and so we're hoping for the auction being a good opportunity for them to save a bunch of money. But at the same time, I'm still noticing, just looking at these numbers, that people aren't bidding, and there are some really, really good deals to be had. If you guys are in the market for any building materials, you need to jump on this auction and bid on this stuff. You can steal it. You can turn around and resell it in a couple of weeks for a huge profit.
There's a double vanity with the granite and everything. All
and
faucets and complete sets for $800. And there's a vessel sink here with the granite and with the cabinet for $220. I mean, I don't see how the hell you can do it. So people, by the sheer numbers, there's not enough people to go on and bid these things up. There aren't enough people. I mean, you're going to get some of this stuff for pennies on the dollar. There are complete vanity tops for $5. Come on. $5?
Yeah, unbelievable. There's some that don't even have a bid yet. You can win it for $5.
Oh my God. It's so rollerauction.com, and then click the buy and build banner. And so as it closes, you go in and bid, right? So if something's at 220, all you have to bid is 225. And
That's correct.
And then it's open for another 2 minutes. And then you add...
It's actually only 1 minute today. I just noticed that the extended bidding's only for 60 extra seconds.
Okay, so you go in and make a last-ditch effort, or some of this stuff where you have no competition at all. You put in a $5 bid, and for 1 minute, it stays open, and then it's yours. And if you get in a bidding war with people, it's 1 minute each of you have. But I see, Courtney, here's the deep, dark secret I didn't really want to say, but I'm going to say it. There's no reason to get in a bidding war because some of these lots are identical, and one will have a bid on it, and the other one won't. So there's no reason to bid against someone when there's an identical lot next to it. Just take the one with no bid on it and go for $5, for God's sakes. So you have one going for $400 and one right next to it that has 2 bids on it for $10. So you go to, I can only say it one more time, rollerauction.com, click on the buy and build banner. And what I want to know is I want people to let me know tomorrow what they bought. Or Courtney, maybe you can just come on and let us know what people have gotten tomorrow. And don't be one of those who misses out. If you have a home improvement project going on right now, even if it's going to go on later in the summer, put these things in your garage for God's sakes. You'll never, ever, ever save more money. So, Courtney, thank you very much. Rollerauction.com, hit buy and build. All right, we've had a lot of hail damage recently. In fact, Henry Brett's with Excel Roofing, they like to keep a handle on this because, of course, they repair these roofs. Where's the biggest damage, Henry, that people had?
So, Tom, I was up there in Johnstown, up north, kind of by Longmont, and I saw hail that was so big, it had even gone through some car windshields. It happened at 3 a.m. yesterday.
It went all the way through the windshield?
Yes. Most of the cars around like the front windshield were very damaged. They were all broken out. but some back panels of glass had actually been broken through. The damage was so bad.
Some people told me it was like baseball size, like there were some baseball size hailstones. Yeah, that's serious stuff, man.
It was crazy. And I caught the front driving back from Casper, and I actually saw a tornado touch down, and I was caught in the storm.
Now, where is this damage? From where to where? From Johnstown, or does it come down farther south?
I'm looking at a map right here, so it's pretty spotty. We have it up in Johnstown. We also have some in Lafayette, some in the kind of Brighton area, Aurora, and Colorado Springs.
Now, this is from yesterday. Do they expect anything today?
I'm not sure about today. It doesn't look like it. The skies are pretty clear. But yesterday, it was somewhat unexpected. We've had some big hail clouds, but not a whole lot has come out of it.
Okay, let's talk about something very important, Henry. Door knocking. Door knocking. Explain that. And explain when people say, well, we just need authorization to look at your roof.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of roofers door knock, and there are some local guys that door knock, but the ones to really be careful of are the storm chasers. And when I was up there in Johnstown, all the storm chasers have already moved in, and what they do is they come to the door and they have a contract, and it's a contingency contract, which is, it's not great, but within that contract, they have a cancellation fee. And that's really where things get hairy, because if you try to back out of the contract with them, all of a sudden you have to pay a 20, 25, 30% cancellation fee just because you didn't want to do the project.
Yeah, well, here's the worst thing. Here's the worst thing. And your dad and I used to talk about this all the time. They come to the door and they say, oh, by the way, we're here to inspect your roof. And first of all, they don't say they're a private company. They sometimes give the impression they're from insurance or the city. But anyway, they say they want to inspect your roof, and they say, just sign this. All this is, and this is where they lie to you. This is authorization. This gives us authorization to look at your roof. Really and truly, they're lying to you. That is not authorization to look at your roof. That is authorization to look at your roof plus a binding contract to have that company do the work. What's even worse is some of the people that come to your door and say, hello, Mrs. Smith, this is authorization to look at your roof, and we'll give you a complete report. So Mrs. Smith thinks, oh, yeah, I could use that. That's not going to do me any harm. What you're doing is agreeing to that contract. You're agreeing to it. Now, that person, what's worse, is not even a roofer. Now they take that contract and sell it to a roofer. So this could be someone, Tom, Dick, and Harry, just drives into town, goes door to door, gathers about 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 signatures, and they go out and sell it to roofers. So a roofer you have no idea who you're doing business with might buy this contract. So some piss poor roofer might end up buying 100 of those contracts. This person walks away with cash out the nose. They might sell 100 contracts at $100, and then all of a sudden they made 10 grand in an afternoon. And then the person who takes it over is a roofer. Now that roofer is a roofer only as a general contractor. They then go out on the street and get anybody to do the roof. So you think you're hiring a roofing company. The guy at your door is simply gathering contracts. Number two, the guy that buys the contract is simply buying the job. Then he goes out and literally finds sometimes people who are homeless that never swung a hammer in their life and puts them to work on your roof without insurance, without any of the stuff that you need to protect yourself. So first and foremost, deal only with direct roofers. Never deal with a lead aggregator. What I mean is this. If they don't own a company or if they're not employed by a company, literally a company that is a roofing company, do not sign a contract with them because you have no control over who does the work on your house. Number two, if you do job with a roofing company, check out the roofing company. Henry, how would you check out a roofing company if you were going to do it?
So the first thing that I would do, and we should talk about insurance in a second, is that I would go on Google and I would look for the company on Google and see if they have a physical location. You want to find a roofing company that has a yard. They should have equipment. They should have trucks, trailers, all the stuff to do roofing. If it's just a little office and you can't find a real roofing company, it's probably not the company you want to go with. Check Google reviews, check the Better Business Bureau, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, for sure. And then what you want to do is you want to do you want to look for references and reviews. Most people at your door are not roofers. Beware. Never, ever, ever sign anything at your door, ever. I don't care who it is. You tell them, I'm sorry, you can look at my roof, you can give me a recommendation, but I am not signing anything until I compare 3 or 4 contracts. All right. Excel Roofing, by the way, they're the people we know and trust. And remember, they don't take a cent until you're content. So you can trust them. 303-761-6400. Now, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. And I want to remind you that RenewHomeInnovations.com has that beautiful porcelain shower if you want a custom beautiful shower in your master bath or in the basement or maybe a Jack and Jill bath. They turn that old shub, that shower and tub combo into a beautiful walk-in custom shower in just 2 or 3 days. RenewHomeInnovations.com. That's 303-904-2000.
Okay.
Addiction, trauma.
All right, so what do you want to do here?
You feel like you're
I
alone.
will
We promise you
do
are not.
mine first.
The Raleigh House is here.
Okay. Now, you know this is the 15 break, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on over there? Huh.
Shut up.
From addiction.
I thought after 50 years you'd be better. Stand by.
House can help.
Nope, stand by.
House.com to get the help you need. That's the RALEIGH house.com.
So the website is khwindows.com. K&H Windows was how they started 65 years ago. They're K&H Home Solutions. They have everything from roofing, soffits, fascia, siding, windows, doors, and more, including painting. K&H has what you're looking for. If you're looking for a company to do the outside of your house, you can trust K&H Home Solutions. In fact, they have Alpin's products, which are energy efficient and lifetime. They have unbelievable siding and windows. khwindows.com. 303-421-7100.
Thanks, man.
Oh, well, it's Henry. It wasn't Jay. His son.
Joe Chiano, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Day, sir. And what should we do when we start thinking about retirement?
It's fine. Thanks.
Yes, Mark.
I don't feel bad now when I screw up, especially at my income level.
Become the banker life insurance account. Our whole focus is building money away from the banks, away from the stock market, but getting money you can use today. And that is what our whole program is about. Become the banker. Life insurance, building that tax-free money, guaranteed rate of returns, but using that money today.
Didn't you actually do that? Didn't your father set you up for an account like that when you were younger?
He did. He actually set it up, and I was able to purchase not only my first vehicle when I was 16 years old, but since then, I've done it with vehicles, properties, and that's the idea, is you are the bank, you build money up, self-finance your purchases. Don't give this money and interest away to banks. You keep that money in your pocket and then use it for retirement when you're ready.
You bought your first car with it, so to explain it in layman's terms, basically, you have this retirement account, and it's backed by a life insurance policy, and that's kind of a loophole with the IRS, which is kind of cool, man, because of the tax ramifications. So what happens is you have this retirement fund, you buy a car, let's say it's a $20,000 car, then you charge yourself interest on the payments, and you build up the retirement with the interest payments you're putting in there.
That's correct. It's money that you're putting out anyways. Why not put it in your pocket instead of the bank's?
Yeah, that's a great idea, man. Plus, then the life insurance part of it, if something does happen to you, I mean, your offspring or whoever the beneficiary is, that pays it off and they get all the money, right?
That's correct. Tax-free on top of that.
People got to check it out. Listen, go to mymoneymyway.com. That's mymoneymyway.com. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you, Mark.
Now you can erase
That was good.
it. Oh my God. I swear to God. This day.
It's not that bad. I mean, I feel bad, but it's not that bad.
Oh, this is driving me crazy.
With all the recent hail damage. With all the recent hail damage. The bloodsuckers will be out in droves.
Well, the FBI said a couple months ago that the Irish scammers are back. The Irish traveler scammers are back in the U.S.
Did they use the word Irish?
They just said travelers.
Yeah. With all the recent hail damage, the bloodsuckers will be out in droves. Are out in droves.
Is that the only thing they're sucking?
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
Knocking on doors. With high pressure sales. Stop. And think.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's oath of office. It's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcast. This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What a busy day. And I'm telling you, man, there are a lot of scams going on right now. So please beware of those bloodsuckers knocking on your doors looking for roofing contracts. Tibor, or is it Tibor? You have a problem with a moving company?
No, you had it right the first time. Tibor.
Okay, Tibor, what's going on?
No, I didn't have a problem.
Okay.
Tina
Sorry.
Must have.
I recommended Move Masters,
You
Tom.
just called to say hi? Oh, he has the opposite.
Masters.
He has the opposite of a problem. He wants to give us some good news. Thank you.
Exactly. Deputy Doc. I hope he's there listening.
I'm listening,
Move
Tibor.
Masters is awesome. Noah and the two young gentlemen that were with him, I wish I could remember their names. They were just fabulous. No problems. No money up front. The price they told me is the price we paid. And I've been in this house for 35 years, and we're moving down to Colorado Springs. That's why I'm out of breath. I'm still moving.
Wow.
But anyway, they were just fabulous.
Now tell me.
Stephanie Thomas.
Yeah, she's your real estate person.
Yeah, she was fabulous. So patient. We looked at houses for 6 months down in the Springs, and she is just such a sweet person and so patient.
She's wonderful.
I have social anxiety, but anyway, she was just great. And then my mom passed away 2 years ago, and Frank Duran, the real estate man, sold that house. He
he did his magic by putting it on the market on the low end, and then we had a bidding war, and we sold it. And my parents were in there for 40 years. They're from Hungary. They immigrated here from Hungary in 1957. They got out of Hungary during the revolution, or the uprising.
Yeah.
And they came here with nothing, and they built up, whatever they had. And Frank Graham was great. And then the roof was in bad shape when we had the inspection. So I called XL Roofing.
My gosh.
Brandon.
You're a great commercial for us.
Yeah, Brandon. He spells his name Irish way. It's a weird. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a weird way. Brendan.
Right.
With XL Roofing, he met our insurance agent, my mom's insurance agent, and the roof was probably 20 years old, and we got a new roof out of it. So those are the people I want to give a shout out to, and I just love your show. I've been listening forever, and I remember one of my coworkers, probably 30 years ago, called in, and he rented a TV for a Super Bowl party, and he got cockroaches in his house.
Oh, my gosh.
You, and you took care of it for him. This was a long time ago.
Tibor, I love these stories. I really do.
Tibor,
I'm sorry. Hey, Tibor, let me ask you this. Why did you go to Colorado Springs?
We have a place in La Villa, so I work for a pretty good-sized mechanical contracting company. I'm a master plumber, and it drives me crazy when you guys have questions about plumbing and you don't have the right answers. So if you ever want to call me on
sometimes
this number,
we don't. Sometimes we don't. When we get our experts on, sometimes that works pretty well, but sometimes we get it wrong for sure.
Well, yeah, just the other day, some guy called in complaining about a tub drain, and it kind of drove me crazy because it was stupid. The company wanted to charge him $1,800 to replace the tub drain, and he had it all wrong. He did it himself, and he spent like $30, but the company wanted to spend like $1,200, and which is the book price. And another thing I want to say is the book price is way more expensive than hourly. We used to do hourly. I worked for Bell Plumbing and Heating for 10 years, and we were hourly, and it was way cheaper than the book price.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's why they went to book pricing, because they wanted the people to be faster, and they wanted people to, not just be faster, but get paid more. I mean, basically, that's what a book price is. It's a flat rate to encourage efficiency. But listen, nowadays and thank you for calling, but nowadays with the way business is, I mean, it's expensive to do business. It is. And I'm not telling you can't do better hourly or you can't do better again with a handyman. I mean, you do what you can, when you can, how you can, and just hope that it doesn't backfire on you. We have more coming up. I want to tell you, GenesisTotalExteriors.com does bathrooms, kitchens, bathrooms, and basements. They also do mold detection and remediation and painting. Think about them when you're sprucing up your house this spring. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Fairly calm drive throughout the Denver Metro as we head into this Wednesday afternoon. I-25 north and southbound, some normal brief slowdowns through the downtown area. 6th Avenue eastbound, your usual stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Heading east to DIA, I-70 eastbound, some slower speeds from Havana to Pena Boulevard. No complaints, I-70 westbound into the high country. We are still seeing some road work on I-70 east and westbound through the Veterans Memorial Tunnel for rock scaling. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Fix It 24/7 does what the name implies. They fix it around the clock. They believe in fixing things rather than expensive replacements. However, if they can't fix it, and if you get a quote on any kind of replacement of a furnace, air, water heater, or any major component, Fix It 24/7 will give you a free second opinion. Keep that in mind. Free second opinions from Fix It 24/7. And if you need a service like the $39 AC clean, check, and tune, go to fixmyhome.com. Book now. One of the reasons I started a financial advisory firm is because I was sick and tired of the industry. I'm just going to say it like it is, okay? When you go to a financial firm and they say, oh, yeah, we help invest your money, 98% of the time they don't. What they do is put your money with a large broker and they make a middleman fee. Why don't you ask your advisor straight up, do you personally manage my portfolio? And do you have in consideration my goals and my whatever I want? Do you know me? Do you know what I'm trying to accomplish? They don't. Let's just face it. I have opened up my company, Wave 8 Wealth Management, because I directly work with you. I don't just sell something to you. That's not what we do. We advise you and do investing for you. If you want that kind of oversight, where my money is right alongside yours, 303-771-HELP for a free assessment. 303-771-4357 or go to wave8capital.com.
Very nice.
Objectives. This hail damage this week has been terrible. God almighty. That would kill somebody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, easily. Right in the head. Boom.
Now, we have a 45 still, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Okay, shut up.
I wish it was a handgun, but nope,
Shut
just
up.
a 45 break.
Just
What?
shut up.
I'm trying to help. If I have to come down there with a large copy of the clock and beat it into you, I will. Of course, hard to get past your security. Like I used to tell Stephen Tubbs, you couldn't hit the clock if you were in Big Ben. That's a clock. By the way.
Funny.
Speaking of off his meds.
Yeah, I know. I wish I had meds to go off of.
I know, isn't that a odd? I hate being sober. Speaking of Tubbs,
Well,
got access to that damn evidence locker.
Well, if
Huh.
you have surgery, you obviously take medicine.
Well, they knocked me out for the toe, but they did
all
offer
the
me
recent
Dilaudid,
hail
and I said no. I said no.
Well, what did you take?
Nothing.
So they just amputated your toe and you didn't take
I mean,
anything?
they knocked me out for that part, but as soon as I woke up, I walked to the car in about a half hour. And the girl I was with at the time says, I knew you were out of surgery because I heard the nurses laughing. There you go. I don't even know what I was saying, but I'm sure it was awesome.
I don't like Dilaudid. It constipates me.
Oh, we needed to know that.
Well, she was telling me earlier how the mimosas make her poop all the time, and so now I know that if she just mixes the mimosas with Dilaudid, bang, you're regular. Aside from the drug-induced coma, but you're regular.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those, like, painkillers or whatever.
I am.
Well, okay.
The more the merrier.
I am a big fan of what they give me at the dentist. I don't know what the hell it is, but they knock my ass out and I'm good.
All right, Miss Kuchera, lay back, and you're going to feel a little prick in your mouth, and then...
No, I don't even get that far
joke.
because I'm dead.
No, obviously I don't mind the dentist. Look at me. I had a doctor ask once, are you seeing a dentist? No, I pulled these on my own. Yeah, shut up.
Number one in experience.
Don't mean to make it about me, but
honesty.
Can't wait for my new Tinder teeth in 2 months.
What'd you get?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. It's about 10 grand, but it's probably on the cheap. All right.
6400.
Hi, Tom Martino here. God, are we busy today, right? And just another warning, don't sign anything at the door when it comes to roofing, ever. Not even a great company. If someone comes to your door, say, look, I don't believe in signing anything at the door. What I'm going to do is to get my proposals together and compare them all. Now, you may be one I choose, but it's not going to be based on you knocking on the door. Now, I've said this before. If you take 1,000 marbles and put them in an aquarium, 1,000 marbles in a fishbowl, and you picked out people who were ripped off, most of those marbles will be ones who were contacted at the door. Okay? That doesn't mean that everyone at the door is out to rip you off, but it's a bigger percentage of being ripped off if you hire people at the door. It's something you do not want to do. Now, Mitch Floria is with the Art of Granite. And of course, he gives prices on the phone. You call him, he gives you a price, then he comes out and templates the job, measures, and then the next time he comes, it's done in one day. Tear out, haul away, and the installation of your new countertops. Mitch Floria, it's nice having you here today. And what I love talking about is this wholesale on materials. Mitch, how exactly does that work? I always advertise wholesale on countertop materials. How does that work?
It's pretty simple. If you find your slab here in a yard, you pay for what the slab is worth. We import slabs from Brazil and then some larger warehouses in Florida and down in Dallas in Texas. But then if you decide to go down to the local supplier, there's a few large places in town here where you can hand select your slabs. You pay just what that slab is worth. There's no upcharge.
Really? So you just pay whatever you would pay wholesale, and then you charge for fabrication and installation. So when
we
you
charge
go to
labor, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right. For fabrication and installation. So what specials do you have going on right now?
If you purchase a kitchen countertop, you receive a bathroom countertop free of charge and also free sinks.
Oh, very
bathroom
cool.
Or kitchen sinks.
So free sinks, and when you do the kitchen, you get a free vanity.
Yes.
What is the most popular materials available right now that people are getting?
I think quartz, the composite materials, those white with gray veins and warmer tones. But quartz, I think it's more than natural. We fabricate a lot of that natural quartzite. Okay. That's becoming very popular.
TheArtofGranite.com.
Thank you.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Fairly calm drive throughout the Denver Metro as we head into this Wednesday afternoon. I-25 north and southbound. Some normal brief slowdowns through the downtown area. 6th Avenue eastbound, your usual stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Heading east to DIA I-70.
You've said crazier crap today.
No complaints I-70 westbound into the high country. We are still seeing some road work on I-70 east and westbound through the Veterans Memorial Tunnel for rock scaling. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney and one of the few that, in fact, one of the only ones that'll talk to you up front before you hire him. Okay, most attorneys aren't even available. You call the firm and they sign you up. With John Fuller, you don't get signed up until you want to get signed up. And you can say, I want to talk to John. And you can ask specific questions about your case, and he will answer them. That is the service he provides and the one he pledges to us. So if you want to talk to an attorney about your injury, John Fuller will do it right now. 303-597-4500. No obligation. 303-597-4500. If you do hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis, and he gets paid only when you get paid. 303-597-4500. American Financing and I are teaming up to get people out of high interest debt. Here's how it works. It's easy. It's a smart equity loan. That means a portion of your equity goes to pay off your high interest debt. You're immediately saving hundreds of dollars a month. Your credit is improved and you have breathing room. Get rid of the high interest debt and be on your way to financial freedom. 303-695-7000. They also have other refi options, for example, taking cash out for needed repairs or emergencies. Whatever it is, they seek to put you in a better financial position after the refi than you were before. Talk to their counselors now, 303-695-7000, AmericanFinancing.net.
Thank you.
You've been staying busy?
Yeah, we're pretty busy. Yeah, so good. Okay.
Did you get Miles'
Yeah, well, we close on the 7th, so hopefully. Everything looks great. It's just the point of getting there and moving in, you know?
Everybody's leaving, but you will have 40 seconds to fill.
Hey, Mark?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Go down to Arapahoe about this thing you want me to call from there and do like a live?
That'd be great.
All right. So I'll go down at 10 o'clock.
Wait, your phone.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, I logged out. Now I gotta go next door. To another hour. Thank you.
Yes, Sean is waiting for Joe.
Where is Shannon? What did he say?
He said he's waiting for Joe.
Yeah.
He's coming.
How's the weather looking?
Super sunny. It's like,
Oh, it is good.
Yeah, it's been like that all day. Full on summer.
With all the recent hail damage, bloodsuckers are out in droves, knocking on doors with high-pressure sales. Stop. Go with a roofing name we've trusted for years, Petrali Roofing, #1 in experience and skill. Residential and commercial.
That was good timing.
Inspections.
Does Mark need to get into the office? Because I usually lock
No, go ahead. Yeah, do it. I don't know what it is. I got some pretty big nuggets. Yeah, well. All right, here you go.
The new tour and joins the show Wednesday on Ryan Schuling Live.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Well, we've come to the end of another show, and I want to remind you, 303 Martino will get you help 24/7. You leave your name and number, and we will call you back for the next show. Please spread that around. We have to stop these scams, these liars, these cheats, these ripoffs. Right now, the latest will be roofing scams. Don't sign anything at the door. Don't forget, 303 Martino. That's 303-627-8466. And save all your problems for me.
Man, live it up.
Thank you, brother. See ya.
Bye.
Wash the cup and I'll see you upstairs.